Welcome to FurCast, episode 103, and I am your Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I am your wolf host, Paradox.
I am your guest host, Summer.
And I am your baddie host, Maddox.
Yeah.
Very good.
We're back after a, 1 week off? Feels
Yes.
Like, I feel bad for our other show, Friday Night Tech. It's been like 3 weeks. And then then everybody canceled on me last night, and I was like, canceled again. Everybody's like, it's been 3 weeks. And I'm like, yep. What do you want me to do about it? So, yeah.
Need more hosts.
We do need more hosts.
Not for the show.
No.
No, we're good over here.
Yeah, this show is elegant right now. I need to keep it that way.
Elegant.
Best descriptive word for this shit, so.
Black elegance.
Okay. So anyway, me and Pharaoh are back from Midwest FurFest 2012. It was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of people there.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
We have a lot of shout-outs. Maddox didn't go.
It was really fun.
Maddox did not go.
I went there.
A lot of people asked us, hey, is Maddox here? And I was like, who's Maddox? Who are you talking about?
Good. Keep it that way.
Yep.
I want that to be a thing.
Oh, it's more than just a thing, believe me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it a committed relationship?
It's the opposite of a committed relationship, technically, if you really want to get down to it.
Because I don't exist outside the show.
You
Yes.
don't exist outside the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't.
All concepts.
Whenever the show's off, we're like, who's Maddox?
Yeah.
Yep.
Something.
We'll even go out to eat at that restaurant, and the waiter will be like, oh, well, where's the other guy? And we're like, what guy? It's just the way it is.
The ass has
Yeah.
me on it.
So anyway, yeah. So how's it going for you, Pharaoh? How was your MFF? He's drinking his stupid drink. He's not going to talk.
Martini.
My MFF was magnificent.
Would you say, I mean, don't get me wrong, MFF might not be my favorite con all the time, but would you say it is the best furry convention?
It is the second largest in the world now, and definitely is probably one of the better furry conventions.
I would say it's the best. I would say it's way better. So how much did we donate to charity at MFF?
$40,000.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Personally.
What?
Personally.
Oh yeah, that was personally. That wasn't the con or anything.
That was FurCast.
No, that was just FurCast, yeah. MFF was absolutely awesome this year. Definitely the best, most well-run furry convention. I mean, it's not necessarily my favorite. It's one of my favorites, but because I like furry conventions in different ways for different reasons. But I'd have to say it's probably the best run. It was just awesome.
There's a lot to recap about MFF.
There really is, yeah. There's
so
a lot of
much
stuff to talk about. So you want to talk about that little drink that you got there?
This is best saved for a story.
Okay.
Did you know that we got fan art?
We did.
Yes.
Did we?
It was that person that asked if Pharaoh or I would be on top if we had sex, and I convinced them to draw something about Star Trek instead, and they drew something about Star Trek instead.
Oh, yes, I did see that.
I did see that.
Yes, that was awesome.
I'm going to put that in studio, and we can show them later.
I was the evil guy.
So I would like to thank somebody that I had a great... Now, first of all, I met tons of people at MFF who are all awesome. And a lot of them were fans of the show. A lot of them had seen the show before, or they wanted to, just meet me or hang out and do stuff. But one particular person just completely blew me away, and that is our Red Tail Wolf. I'm not sure if you're listening, Red Tail Wolf, but Red Tail Wolf made us these little stickers, and they're fucking awesome.
I got
I'll
one
show that
too.
Close up to the camera, and Maddox got one too.
It's on my laptop.
It's on his
though.
laptop.
And it looks like shit. Sorry.
Maybe you
Put it on
should have
bad.
took more time.
You should put it on better.
No, I did put... It was like filthy.
Did you steal
So
the
I blame
remote?
you.
Did you steal the remote for the PTC?
No.
Oh, okay, because I lost the control panel for that, so I kind of need it. Where did you put it? What? You stole it, you bastard. I found it. Sorry. I found it. I found the remote.
I didn't put it anywhere.
Found the remote. There we go. So now, Maddox, you can show yours. Pick up your laptop.
Someone said the
show
HD
everybody.
does not look HD at all.
That would not be my fault. That would probably be Richard's fault.
Yes, we'll always blame Richard for that.
Yeah. Because I know everything in the studio is being HD right now. So anyway, so it wasn't just that. Red Tail Wolf also donated something else to me.
I have the suitcase.
You have the suitcase at your house still for it, but it's actually on the futon over there in the studio, and it is a server, and it is a dual processor quad-core Xeon server, which takes up to 24 gigs of DDR3 memory, and it currently has no hard drive and no something else, I forget, but other than that, and it's just thrown together in a case, but yeah, fucking awesome. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but just saying, it is really awesome that you just apparently had this extra, and you decided to throw it my way, and believe me, I will do fun things with it. I am sure, Why am I losing my words tonight? I'm sure FFmpeg will have a heyday on that processor. So yeah, that'll be good.
I got a King
shout out about
Throne
MFF?
chair.
Yes, you did get the King Throne chair with the arms on
Made
it.
of wood.
Made of wood.
Made of wood.
Foxes love sitting on wood.
Yeah.
Take that as you wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of something else to shout out about MFF. One of you guys should probably talk more because I've been talking a
You know,
lot.
MFF was great. I had a great time there.
I
was there.
Nice try.
Didn't you see me there? I was there. If anyone wanted to meet me,
I
hang out at
met
the
Leon
place.
Fox. That was fun.
I did too.
It was nice too.
Keep trying. There's a lot of people I met. I didn't actually remember everyone's, all the fans that I did meet at the con. I apologize. You know, there was a few that just kind of ran into me. And I was like, oh my God, Pharaoh. And I was like, oh, hey, what? Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
But, you know, those who did kind of stick around and just harass me a bit, you know, I did get to, you know, hang out with you.
Yeah,
But
I always feel bad doing con reports because I always feel like I'm going to forget somebody.
I always forget someone.
You know, you always forget one person, but you still need to get me the video, by the way, on your little USB stick.
Oh, yes.
Because we have some funny things to share.
Hooah.
I guess we shouldn't talk about this yet
What is that?
until you get me the video.
Can I read it?
No.
Oh, you just want my reaction to be genuine.
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
I can act.
I can act genuine.
It's so
Let me see
funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway. So, to be perfectly honest with everybody listening, I've kind of had a shitty day. To be honest, I've kind of had a shitty week coming back. But I'm kind of hoping to make it up tonight with an awesome show. So hopefully things will feel really good and it'll be really nice. But yeah, met a lot of awesome people on Twitter as well. It's always nice to just put, you know, names to faces. So shout out to all you guys I met on Twitter. In fact, one person that I'm being reminded of right now, Spaz Fox, who just actually mentioned me on Twitter. I did meet you, and you looked exactly like I expected. I know that's kind of creepy, but you did. I don't know why. And now Pharaoh's showing off his weird drink. You should probably talk about it.
No, that's a story. That is definitely a story.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I'm not going to do the story
While
yet.
I fix the other camera that's on you.
Not yet. Not yet. The
Why? Why not yet?
story- Why do you want me to tell the story right now?
I don't know, because we're telling stories right now of MFF, and you're not telling that one. Even though there's a bunch of other stories, but we can't tell one of them because you haven't given me the file for it yet. And we can't... Oh, I don't know. Are there any other stories we can tell? Maddox, why don't you tell some stories about MFF?
Oh, some MFF stories?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I know.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, MFF was great. I went to MFF.
Yeah.
I spent some money there.
What was one of the things you did there?
I bought things
You bought things, all
at
right.
an alley.
In an alley.
It's like that is real. Yeah, I met people.
Okay.
Some of our fans, like that guy that we know, that sends us stuff.
Okay. All right.
I love how vague and perfect that is.
Yeah, you know.
Well, Fair, you got to tell something because I got to get this all set up. It's going to take me forever. So
Well,
you
then
gotta,
I need my music.
Jesus Christ.
If I'm gonna tell a story, I
Could have told me
demand.
this earlier so that I had
Music.
prepared it. Now I got to find it. This is what
No,
Pharaoh
they
does to
don't
me,
have to
ladies
tell
and gentlemen. He just drives me nuts so that I have nothing ever ready. Here we go. Here we go. Here's your music.
It's been a long time. It's reminiscing of good times. Oh, anyway, I believe it was Friday night. Me and about 7 other furs wanted to go out for dinner. To name a few off the top of my head, it was me, Red Rusker, Mortova, and Frostwolf, and 3 others. I can't remember their names.
Okay.
So the first thing we went to, we tried to go into the first, restaurant, 2-hour wait. Second restaurant, 45-minute wait. We were gonna end up going to a bowling alley to eat, and then we're like, fuck that. Why are we gonna eat at a bowling alley? Then there was this place called the Margarita Fajita Cantina. Great name.
Wow.
So we went in, there was like 5-minute wait. We sat down, and we're all sitting talking, and one of the fur across from me orders a margarita, and I was like, oh, margarita, that sounds great. I want a freaking margarita as well. So I ordered the blue one, and they fuck it up and give me a green one.
Just saying.
But I was okay with that. But they came out with margaritas, and they were in these glasses with a little shark in there. So the fur across me goes, what the fuck is this shit? He's like, I can't drink this. We're like, what do you mean? He's like, this destroys any manliness that I have about me. Meanwhile, I grab it and I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is awesome! And I'm sitting there drinking a margarita out of this bitch glass.
It does look awesome.
So the other fur complained and said, I need a regular glass. Apparently we have to keep the glasses. I didn't even know this. The person that was next to me was Red Rusker. And he was like, well, if you don't want the glass, I want the glass. And me and him cheered. We were like, you know what? We're manly enough to sit here and enjoy this beverage without any content to our manliness. And we felt empowered. We left that restaurant with these glasses held high in our hands, you know, proud to be male.
Just for those of you who don't have access to the camera feed, it's basically a glass contoured, shaped, and painted to look like a woman in bikinis, and it says "bite me" on the ass.
Wow.
So
Classy.
yeah,
It is very classy.
It is very
plan
classy.
on drinking wine out of this glass or something
For ages to come.
from ages to come.
This is an artifact.
This is
You have to bury it someday.
so yeah.
In a tomb. A dangerous tomb.
It was a fun night. It was
All right, so should we tell the other story? So why don't you start explaining it, Pharaoh? I've got the video ready, but you should start explaining some stuff before I go to cue it and.
Okay, so another story for you guys. I got a lot of stories, and I probably won't tell them all this show because I want to save some for the next ones. But for the fans that are actually watching the video feed, yes, the shark does come out, and there you go. Here, Maddox, you can have the shark. You play with the shark.
I'm disappointed. I thought it was gonna have like a squeaker inside of it. That would have been.
Well, Sunday night. You don't need the music for this, but I'll just explain it anyway. Sunday night, I went to a room party. I was there with Meek and a few others, Lace, and I believe it was Seven's room party, MFF, and everyone was having fun, drinking, having a good time, and I would say like 3 a.m., 2 to 3 a.m. There was music playing and everything like that, and all of a sudden you hear boo, boo, and at first it blended in with the music that was actually playing. I'm not sure what type of music it was, but it was actually blending in. So everyone's like, "This is awesome!" and then everyone stops for it and like turns and like all the lights are flashing, and everyone's like, "Get out now!" Apparently someone pulled the fire alarm. There was a fire somewhere in the executive wing of the building, and
We have a video. We have a video of what proceeded.
so wait, before, I'll give you the little thing. So I was with Lace or Rome, whatever you want to go call him by, and Meek, and everyone's like running out of the party, and we're like, well, fuck this, we don't want to go out in the cold, so we just ran to his room.
What? Why?
There was fursuits to save. That's the only story I'm gonna go with. And then we got scared leaving the room because there was police in the hallway.
Here we go.
But here we go.
Knock the alarm off. That's what I mean.
There has been an emergency reported in the building. Leave the building immediately using marked stairways
But
and
don't open the door,
exits.
please.
Do not use elevators.
Hey.
Oh my God! A fire!
We're all gonna die.
Okay.
Oh yeah, shit's real. They're shutting down the streets out there.
Yeah, look.
What?
Yeah, look. Oh shit, look. Here, get a favor, get pictures.
Oh,
Get video. Watch out, let him do it.
Video. Immediately using marked stairways and exits.
Is that an
Free Con 2012.
It's an ambulance.
Yeah.
That noise is awesome. I could see how this would blend into so many different forms of electronic music.
Twitter, baby. Put all over Twitter.
No, that was the funny thing is like everyone was like,
a good time when the Fire Nation attacked. Again.
Fur fright.
Round 2.
There's the cops.
Do not use
The cops are outside. Don't go outside right now.
oh wait, pause for a second.
Okay.
Well, oh my god.
Oh dear.
But so we were in the room and we were looking out the window at all the ambulances going by, and so I cracked the joke. Oh my god, a fursuiter was smoking a cigarette outside and caught fire, and Lace tweeted it.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh my God!
So
No. I didn't hear about this.
Oh boy.
Lace tweeted it, and people believed him. So the Twitter starts blowing up and be like, "Oh my God, is the fursuiter okay? Oh my God, what happened?" So to continue the joke, I was like, "Oh my God, the fursuiter that was on fire ran into another group of fursuiters, and now they're all on fire. They're running around the freaking hotel. It's chaos in here." And people still believed that. So what?
What the fuck?
Furries, you are gullible. But this was pretty much the aftermath because we were like, okay, maybe we got to delete these tweets. We were just kind of recording.
I'm just gonna touch a dick tonight. Yeah. Maybe great con. Awesome con. On party time.
What were these conversations you guys were having?
I'm gonna get so much. I'm gonna like lose my reputation just for that comment. Right?
That was the tweet they were referring to.
I made it sound like I just. Hi.
Alright.
I'm for one for all. Please don't kill me. On tonight. Put such a dick. Oh God.
Why is your I not capitalized?
I don't know. I thought my next tweet is amazing.
Number 2.
Because people are gonna be like, no way. That
Yeah. So that's that. Oh my God. Well,
So that was MFF, you know.
everything was okay. Everything was peaceful until the Fire Nation attacked.
Again,
Again.
fucking bastards trying to control furries.
I had fun. I got to run the lights at the dance. That was pretty awesome. So thank you, Adi. I don't think Adi's listening, but that was awesome. That was nice of him to let me do that.
I got to fursuit.
Yeah, you did several times actually. It's kind of weird.
So when are you getting your fursuit?
Yeah, when are you getting your fursuit, Pharaoh?
No comment.
You don't have anything to say?
Did you?
Nope.
Is it?
No.
Did you get any word?
Yeah.
When was it supposed to be done? Latest prediction. Wasn't that before MFF?
Yeah.
Never getting that fursuit.
Thank you. Nah, it should be by January-ish. Ish.
Ish. January-ish.
Ish.
2 more months. Keeps happening, man.
Pharaoh, I think you already died, and you're just trapped in a
I
loop.
hope to God the world does not end December 21st, or I will be so pissed.
This is your last chance.
It is. He'll get it just before the world ends. At least,
Hey, just finish this.
at least he can die happy, right?
You're on a Skype call with Scribble Fox. He's like, "Hey, Pharaoh, I just finished your," and then fire
Meteor.
No suit.
You can see the suit
And then
on fire, and it screams.
And then there's
fades
a
away.
5-minute buffer period where the fire has only encompassed that side of the earth and it hasn't made it to New York yet, where he has to sit and wallow in the
hate
fact
you all.
that he doesn't have his suit now. So not only did he get to see it
you
burn, but he gets to stay alive for 5 more minutes until the flames get to him.
Contemplates suicide within those 5 minutes before he gets killed.
He decides finally to go for it. He can't even commit suicide. The earthquakes and fiery explosions finally make it to New York by the time he does it. You're so angry.
I'm not angry.
I'm sorry,
Don't
Pharaoh.
touch me.
I'm just giving you a nice little shoulder rub.
Don't touch me. You sit here, you make fun of me, and then you touch me.
I'm just
This
giving you a
is
shoulder
not.
rub.
No.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
No. If you wanted to make me feel better, you would have gave me insurance and not made fun of me for the past 5 minutes.
I think you're gonna get your first at Pharaoh.
Oh, thank you.
I
Don't touch me.
think you're gonna get it.
Don't touch
I
me.
have
Giving you
faith
insurance. Summer has faith in you.
Thank you.
Sorry,
so much.
she
You're
doesn't
the
have-
only person
She
who
doesn't
did
actually
not.
have any faith in you. She just has faith that you get your suit.
Okay.
I actually don't think that you will.
What? How could you be so mean?
I think it makes it a lot funnier that I
You're
said,
like that honest asshole. You're like that one person who's just like, you know what?
It makes it a lot funnier that I said actual before.
Dox the Fox, you go to the video feed page of the FurCast website using your mobile device on the mobile web browser. That is it. I'm going to fucking kick you if you don't stop. Thank you. Somebody in chat. Sorry, everybody listening to the show.
But as I was saying, it is a lot funnier if you say actual before you say something.
Right.
Like, if I was talking, it was like, oh man, I saw the devil. That's not funny. But if you're like, man, I saw the actual devil today. The actual devil.
You're right. It actually does make it funnier somehow.
Very funny.
I think after, we go on to a bit of news and do some other stuff, we'll have to show the other video of something else that I have to talk about. Anyone who's at MFF, if you saw horses running around, that was me, Meek, and CJ.
Oh, God. Do you actually have videos of this?
No. Oh, yes, there is some videos of it on YouTube. To give you guys a little story from MFF, since we're pretty much, the beginning of the show is pretty much going to be MFF recap. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. So anyone who didn't get to go to MFF kind of gets a nice realization of what went down, some inside stories of what we experienced there, and furthermore, then we'll jump into news and other things. But we had 4 horse heads when we went to the con. Someone stole one out of our room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
First FurCon out of, I think, 10 or 12 that I've actually had something stolen out of my room. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising that a horse head would be stolen
I know.
out of your room.
Someone stole a horse head out of our room.
So just to give everybody kind of a gist of like what a horse head mask looks like, I'll just here, let me just get it over onto the video feed. That is what a horse head mask looks like, more or less. That's what they are. Obviously, they're popular for different reasons. But I think you can get
They're
one of these
obviously
on.
the secret to life.
I think you can get one on Amazon for what is it, $20 or something like that.
They were 20. I think they jumped up to 25 because of demand.
So
Demand for that thing.
demand.
Yep.
But I believe it was, I'm trying to think. I think it was Saturday evening. Saturday or Sunday? I'm not sure which one.
It was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was late Saturday.
Oh yeah, because Saturday was the first parade, so it was after that. So and the first dance competition. It was right after the dance competition. Me, CJ, and Meek, we tweeted about having a horse stampede. We wanted to try to get more horses together to actually make a stampede. So 4:00 rolled around. We were on floor 7. No one showed up with us. We were minus the horses because someone stole it out of our room. So we were.
How did they steal it out of your room? Like, is there?
There was people coming in and out of the room.
Oh.
I'm not going to name names on air, which I think I know who kind of caused it to happen, but I'm not going there. But anyway, 4:00 rolls around. We ended up having just the 3 of us, and we're like, all right, no one else is going to show up for this stampede. Let's just do it ourselves. So we went down the elevator, and we ended up seeing Kage at the bar. So we freaking molested the hell out of Kage for a bit. Went up to him, like,
Still hates us.
rubbing up against Kage. That was funny for a little bit. From that point, we just kind of pretty much marched to the whole convention. We went through around the top of the thing, and then, it wasn't really that much. We were just getting pictures of a bunch of people. Everyone was like, oh my God, pose for us. It wasn't until we went down to the fursuit dance competition that it got interesting. So we were just standing there. We were thinking about just charging right through the middle of the dance, or not dance, right through the fursuit games competition. Fursuit games competition. We were thinking about just charging straight through it and like stopping the games for a brief moment of time. But then we were like, we don't want to be assholes, really. So we kind of ran around the outside, and we ended up going on the stage and having going up to the front of the stage and having a fight, a fake horse fight. At that point, the announcer for the fursuit games looked down and was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh my God.
So he's like, apparently we have a not stampede. He was like a group of horses up here, and we were just like, and so he's like, oh my God, can I ride one of you? So CJ gets down, and CJ just goes, and the guy gets on CJ's back and just runs straight through the fursuit games. So
Interrupting them anyway.
Interrupting them anyway.
Which was the initial plan.
Yes. So you're laughing our asses off of that. After the first games, that's when we actually got into character and got kind of got interesting. So we walked out of the fursuit games, and we pretty much started to become the molester horses. We just kept running up to everyone, and we were just like, and just making noise and rubbing our heads against everyone. And people are like, "What the fuck is going on? What are you doing?" Just breathing, like sneaking up behind people and breathing into their ears. You're like,
Yeah.
oh
Anyway.
my god! So there, I guess I want to try to find more video of it because I know there was someone. It wasn't Revit or BBF, but someone actually took their camera and followed us after we left the Fursuit games, all the way until we went back to the elevators. Like they must have recorded maybe 25 minutes of us molesting the shit out of everyone in that hallway.
That's awesome. I
But,
can't wait
we-
to see some of those videos.
We
I hope-
have 2 videos, and I will probably play them like after the break. You know.
Okay, sure. Speaking of Revit, I actually have his 2012 MFF Con video. Do you want me to play it?
I didn't like it that much.
You didn't like it? Why didn't you like it?
It kind of. He was actually trying out a new lens, and I feel like it's.
He wasn't trying out a new lens. He was trying out a new way of filming. People have criticized him a lot in the past that he can only film with like wide-angle lenses, so he's trying to prove them wrong. But I liked it a lot. Yeah,
It was all right.
I'm gonna prove everyone on the internet wrong.
Well,
It was not one of my favorites compared to like most of his con videos. So.
yeah, but it was still a nice little tribute. I liked the song that he used and everything.
Yeah, it was kind of calming, sad. So
It wasn't sad.
it's a sad song.
Debbie Downer, motherfucker.
It was definitely a.
I think we should play it, and I think we should ask the chat room if they think it's a sad song. And obviously, the audio feed people, they're only going to get the song. So
We don't play it for the break because it actually is music. So I mean, you could function.
I guess we could wait to play it for the break. I don't know. We'll ask the chat room. Chat room, do you want us to play it now, or do you want us to play it for the break? So break or now?
If not right now, then we'll just go down to news.
Yep. We can either move on to news or that. So a lot of people are saying now. Holy fuck. We got 2 breaks, a lot of nows. Yeah. Okay. I think we should do it
I
now.
think the nows have it. So
I think the now's happening. All right. Cool. Let's do it up.
I'm looking right through you. starting to black out like a California blackout. Our heads get dizzy. The summertime swimming, the summertime swimming through my bloodstream.
I personally think that was an awesome little tribute video. I loved the mood of the song. I loved everything it was about.
I just feel like it's sad because it's like it's over kind of video. That's why.
Personally,
Yeah, but it is over.
personally, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, sounds like you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh my god. If anybody's having issues with HD, let me know. I might just kill the HD encoder because HD is not actually causing the issue, but I guess one of the servers is being overloaded. I think it's actually the I/O on the drive that's being overloaded, but if it's having issues, then don't use it, guys. But yeah, if it gives you any trouble, like if it's really bad, just let me know. Yeah. So what do you guys want to move on to? What do you guys want to do, some news? When do you guys get ready to start? Because I'm not starting with it because I got shit to do with right now.
So we've got that adjective species.
Do we want to start with that though?
How long is it?
Pretty long.
It's really fucking long.
It's an adjective species
We
article.
could start with that. It's really goddamn long.
Why would you want to start with something long?
Yeah.
And hard.
Well, everything starts with something long and hard, doesn't it?
Life does.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got stuff to do with. So you guys start with whatever the hell you want.
News, but we need news music, and then we cue it off. So.
All right. Well, let me change the lower third and cue the music.
SWAT cats to return thanks to Kickstarter. I was contacted by Ruskov Decamaster RD after he noticed I ran a furry-themed internet television station and thought it would help to get the word out on a potential SWAT Cats revival. Being a fan of the SWAT Cats universe, I was more than happy to oblige to gain permission from RD to interview him about the prospective revival. I can go through the interview if he'd like, or, I could just leave it at that. I actually loved the SWAT Cast, so if they actually do a Kickstarter for, reviving it, I'd be definitely down to donating a few bucks to that.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds kind of cool.
It was a TV show from the 90s. It was pretty much anthropomorphic cats that battled.
Oh, okay. It sounds similar to, what was that other show with, like, the cats? I'm trying to think. It was, like, the big anthropomorphic cats. It was on WB, I think.
I don't know.
Wonder Cats or something like that.
Thundercats?
Or Thundercats, that was it.
Those were not anthropomorphic cats. Those were humans with a cat tail.
I see. Okay. Thundercats. I couldn't remember it. I couldn't think of the word.
Animaniacs for a second.
I used to watch it. I just forgot the name of it.
And Snarf. Snarf, Snarf.
Anyway.
Fucking Snarf.
Fucking Snarf.
Fucking useless piece of shit.
So go ahead, read whatever you want to.
Do you know who currently owns the broadcasting rights to the series? There's a whole long interview which I'll post into our show, and spin-off and merchandising rights. Well, as the creator, that's difficult due to conflicting reports. Warner Brothers Design, Lance Falk, said that Warner Brothers owns the broadcasting rights to SWAT Cats, and Chris Tremblay says that he and his brother own the rights to it. It's possible that Warner Brothers has broadcasting rights, while Tremblay and the brothers have rights to creating a new series. It is also possible that the rights are shared between the two.
Really?
So always
that's a clusterfuck.
It's a clusterfuck already. I believe you're right in that way, that they either share rights or have separate rights, depending on how the SWAT Cats are used. So, that's what he was saying. I think that's pretty likely, too. RTF, the interviewee. Now, say everything goes well, and Warner Brothers says, all right, since you're fronting all the money for us, we'll have Cartoon Network be the distributor, and even line up some international broadcasters, i.e. Teletoon or Cartoon Network UK. How soon would we see a new series or new episodes of the SWAT Cats, or how long would it be before we hear any news, good or bad, from the Tremblay brothers regarding the success or failure of the Kickstarter campaign? For new episodes, at least, a year. It takes a while to make cartoon episodes. Failure or success of the Kickstarter campaign will probably come immediately after it is done due to the fact that the campaigns that fall short are not funded. So failure really isn't an option for our case, which I believe people should start using that other. Kickstarter is the one, and then there's some other one.
I forget what the other one is called. Somebody in the chat room will probably remind us, but yeah, I know what you're
I know
saying.
Tails and Tactics are using the other one, and that's pretty much where the funding, you can essentially get some of the funding. So you pretty much abide by, you can get something in return, or at the same time, whatever money they get, they get. So it's kind of like Kickstarter without the failsafe. Which in some cases helps get people started, because Kickstarter, if you don't reach your minimum amount, then that's it. All the money goes back to the donators.
You're right.
Let's see. And the last question would be-
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo, yes, that's it.
Yep.
And let's see, RTF said, do you know what the Kickstarter programs are, but for those who are scratching their heads, would you be willing to explain what they are and how they work? RD, the creators, or person that's in charge for the SWATcast, said, Kickstarter programs are basically programs where instead of getting corporate backing, projects get backing initial or otherwise from ordinary people donating a certain amount. The minimum donation amount is $1 or equivalent.
Okay, that fits.
So in essence, I would love to see SWAT Cats come back. I know there's a lot of fans of furry and non-furry that love the SWAT Cats. I mean, I was, fans of them in the 90s. So
Didn't really watch them.
Yeah, I never really watched them, but then again, I didn't watch a lot of 90s TV shows, but yeah. And in the studio link, I'm putting an article with both of you guys. I hope one of you guys didn't have this. If one of you guys did, let me know, and you can totally steal it from me. This is some really depressing news.
Did not have
this.
that.
Stalking cat confirmed dead at 54. Dennis Edver, better known as his Native American name, Stalking Cat, died November 5th. He was 54 years old. So you guys have probably heard about this guy. Maybe I'll get a picture up later in the video feed if I'm not the one reading the article. And basically, he's the guy who had all the body modifications, all the weird jewelry. He tried to make himself look like a tiger. He had the animatronic tail, and his face was all weirded out, and he had the modified tongue, modified teeth, everything. Augie Wolf and Blue Cannery confirming Stalking Cat's death with local officials. His body is being held in Tonopah morgue for his brother. No cause of death was stated, but some claim suicide. A former U.S. Navy sonar technician and programmer, Stalking Cat was famous for having extensive cosmetic surgery to adopt the likeness of his totem animal, the tiger, in accordance with Huron traditions. His body modifications included a split lip, a libret-based whisker-holding implants, dental surgery, and silicone injections. He was also extensively tattooed. Stalking Cat was a guest of honor at Rainforest 2007 and appeared at CritterCon Diego 3 in 2002. So yeah, that is fucking depressing to hear that that guy died.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a large community of people that do extensive body modifications like that, and I think they're really fascinating. There's another lizard guy that has full body tattoos with the split tongue thing that is really interesting.
And now you guys are moving seats for some strange reason. Okay, anyway, yeah, well, I kind of feel bad knowing that, there are so many documentaries and I mean, there's all this information on him. He just seemed like one of those genuine, really cool people that I'd kind of hoped to meet at some point in my life, and I guess now I'm not going to. I haven't really looked into whether or not it was suicide. I'm sure there's a lot more details on that now, but the Flare article hasn't been updated since then. I'll probably be looking into it after reading this and after hearing about it now. But yeah, so that's kind of disappointing.
He was one of those people that I probably would have liked to meet at some point, so that's kind of is a little bit depressing because he was pretty young for
everything he was doing. Yeah, he was definitely
really old for a cat.
It was old. Oh. Well, either way, if he did commit suicide, then whatever he needs to do. I mean, good for him for doing something that he thinks will make him more comfortable than whatever he was.
Good for him.
Well, yeah, because if he was, I mean, that's the thing. If he's the type of person who is living in a reality that is fucking petrifying and alienating, then good for him for getting courage in order to do something for himself that he thinks would make it better, even if it wouldn't be better for anybody else. That fucking sucks. So I refuse to be negative towards somebody who clearly was so. I mean, if it was suicide, who was clearly so fucking alienated and in pain for whatever was going on in his life, that's just terrible.
Well, we don't know that.
So we don't know that. We don't know that. But
he could have been killed, or he could have slipped on a ice cube and died.
No, I doubt it was something that stupid. I think it was I don't
Drugs.
Maybe. It could have been anything. It
know.
literally
It really could have been anything, yeah.
He could have been mauled by a bear. It could have been anything that random.
Well,
we can't make any assumptions of it.
That's
even
true.
though he had
But
a
if he
diverse
did commit
lifestyle.
suicide, then, well, I hope he is in whatever he would consider to be a better place. Because that's usually why people like that would commit suicide, is because their entire life is just nothing but alienation. So that fucking sucks.
Well, I don't think that he would commit suicide due to his life being a life of alienation. I mean, he chose that lifestyle himself. He chose to be the xenomorphic one out of society. So I don't think that he would have committed suicide because of that.
I feel like if he was really antisocial, he wouldn't be, guest of honor at cons or
Yeah.
television interviews and everything like that. I think he took pride in what he was and who he was. So
If it was suicide, it would surprise me.
yes, I agree with that. Most definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I have a news article called
okay.
Grandville Bête Noire world premiere in London.
Talon, real quick, Talon in the chat room was wondering if that was actually the server that he sent. No, actually, I have your server as well in the basement. I need to I want to build both of them at the same time, and I need to experiment with both of them, but they're probably going to end up doing video re-encoding, but I needed to kind of wait a little while until, we had that all figured out, because we're just in the middle now moving over to new servers and the data center, so that was why that one's still there. But
The inside of the shark smells like a pool.
Oh, okay.
Smells worse than a pool. It's disgusting.
Moving on, Maddox.
Yes. Best song ever, but takes a while to get.
It does.
Long intro. Granville Bête Noire world premiere in London. Granville Bête Noire, the third in the Granville series of graphic novels by British artist and writer Brian Talbot, debuted last Friday at Foyles in London's Charing Cross Road. Talbot discussed his work in conversation with Kim Newen on a Dracula before participating in a Q&A session and a book signing. Questions on the night included incredulous, how do you make animals sexy, to which no answer was given.
Fuck me eyes.
Fuck me eyes.
Fuck me eyes.
Oh, I get it.
Scribble seeds.
Sounds creepy.
The Granville series is set in a steampunk-style alternate Victorian era where robots stalk the streets and messages are delivered by new mail, which I'm guessing is a portmanteau of pneumatic and mail, which is probably a big tube. Britain is slowly emerging from a long subjugation by France following defeat in the Napoleonic Wars, while Paris, known as Granville, is the glittering center of the world. Most of the characters in the series are anthropomorphic animals, birds, and fish, with the rare human dough faces treated as an underclass. The hero of the stories is Inspector LeBrock of Scotland Yard, a badger whose brilliant deductive abilities are matched by his strength and ferocity in a fight. Badgers are crazy.
All I can think of is the badger from Fantastic Mr. Fox, where he's like, and, like going around the table. And they say ferocious, and his ferocity and strength.
Ferocity and strength. The 3 books so far released have been in a full-color hardback format with cover inspired by the Art Nouveau movement. Bête Noire weighs in at 95 pages. A digital version is also available from Dark Horse Digital for e-readers and tablets. The first book in the series, entitled simply Granville, saw LeBrock and his dapper sidekick Razzie uncovering a plot to create a fresh Anglo-French conflict, while the second, Granville Mon Amour, pitted the duo against an escaped serial killer. Granville Bête Noire finds France in the paws of revolutionaries following the death of the Emperor Napoleon the 12th. The murder in a locked room of prominent painter Corbeau, just days before he could complete his design for a mural celebrating the new regime, leads LeBrock and Razzie into a world of backbiting artists, nude models, and the Nouvelle Vogue. While its predecessors drew on Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes, Bête Noire owes more to the James Bond movie franchise, with a sinister villain, a gadget master quail, and, of course, a love interest. And also, perhaps, more overtly political overtly political than the previous books in the series, with a subtext that's interesting in the light of recent developments on both sides of the Atlantic. Talbot's work is heavily influenced by British and European comic traditions, especially Rupert Bear, And this is reflected in cameo appearances and homages. Paddington Bear and the Smurfs can be spotted in Bête Noire, to name just a couple, while the villain of the piece has escaped from the pages of another children's classic. Nor are the in-jokes confined to comic books. There are countless textual and visual puns scattered throughout the work, including a brilliant Marguerite gag I won't spoil here. If you like Black Sad, you will probably enjoy the gritty and often bloody fantasy world of Grundville. Talbot doesn't rule out a cameo by the feline Private Eye in a future book.
Okay. Awesome. Lovely. I'm trying to figure out where we want to go. If we want to move on to that adjective species. Or adjective species.
Grundville sounds interesting. I might take a look at that.
It does indeed.
Like noir stories. Sketchy. Literally.
Wow, that was bad. That ended bad.
That was good.
All right, well, Pharaoh, do you have another article first, or?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well, you were on something else I just asked.
That was on what Maddox was reading, so I was reading along with him.
Oh, okay. Are you guys ready to read the adjective species?
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay, all right. So, first of all, shout out to Adjective Species. I want to say that these guys are fucking awesome. Even during Midwest FurFest, I was seeing on Twitter that they were mentioning me, and they really are trying to get people to watch the show when we read their articles. We tend to, for some reason, disagree with Adjective Species for whatever, various reasons, but I just want to say thank you to you guys for being so awesome. Thank you guys for really, trying to, I guess, kickstart thought. And all the other guys in the studio being silent.
I'm listening.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think about them? I personally think that they're just awesome because they really like to...
They create great thought-inducing articles. So,
yeah.
I mean,
We were discussing this when we were thinking
When we were in
about
the
reading
pre-show,
our show.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. They are thought-inducing, even if you don't agree with them. So it's very good material. It's articulated. It's well written. It has a really good picture on top of the page.
Yeah, the people who write it use a lot of decent evidence to, support their theories, and that's the other thing I like, is they're not just making a point, they're trying to use evidence. And again, even though we might disagree with that evidence, I think that they put so much time into just trying to say, hey, this is my perspective on something. So definitely think they are worth a read for all of you guys out there. I definitely think they're worth the time. I definitely think they put a lot of effort into it. I'd personally like to meet some of the writers from Adjective Species.
I would like to too, but
Yeah.
I don't exist outside the show, so...
Exactly, so you're never going to get to meet them. That sucks. That sucks for you. But yeah, so I guess we're going to go ahead and we're going to read another article. Who knows if we're going to agree with it, but it's well put together. It's a lot of fun to read. And so without further ado, here we go. Furry as an alternative to religion. Who wants to kick off?
I guess I will.
Okay, go ahead. Let me bring up that music.
Furries are a diverse bunch. Our diversity means that we're often excluded from the mainstream. This is particularly evident in our sexual preferences. Only about a third of us identify as heterosexual or mostly heterosexual. Reference is Nuka's. I'm not even going to click the reference because I already know that it's Nuka's survey. Other traits displayed by some furries: gender dysmorphia, heavy internet usage, or even simple geekiness. I think we're all pretty much geekiness, like high levels of geekiness in some way. Can also play a part in our diversion from society's definition of quote-unquote normal. Not surprisingly, furries do not closely embrace religion or societal construct that can embody and technically enforce the norms of the mainstream. A little more than 50% of furries are essentially a-religious.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to say. They basically just mean that most furries are kind of against the concept of religion, whether that be meaning that they resolve to one religion or another. They're usually going to resolve to a religion for its lack of religious
I was more surprised because I've never really heard of
the term
a-religious.
Is that even a word?
This rate is about 5 times higher than the wider American population. Well, that doesn't really surprise me. I know most furries that I know are either atheist or, believe in some pagan or
I'm
spiritual
leaning towards
thing.
Satanism.
Well, pagan is very religious, and technically atheism is a religion too.
Compared to the normal
right, but
norms of
that's what I
society.
mean is that because they're a-religious, they're more likely to resolve to a religion that is less
constricting,
and less locking down on mindset. And I think that's why a lot of furries will turn out to be atheist, agnostic, Buddhist,
Well, because most furries have a very open mindset on many things.
Right, and
that's
a lot
been
of
part
furries,
of the furry fandom.
and
too
they
in
like
itself.
resulting to religions that are very enlightened and less focused on different things. Whether that be for societal gain or not.
All hail the goat of Mendez.
Whether there be different religions that worship different things, whether it be for the gain of the government or for the gain of money or for the gain of society for different reasons in history. Furries tend to resolve to the ones that are
Hail
more
Satan!
prone on the self and the building of the self, and you guys are just being stupid. So anyway, continue.
Furry provides some of the benefits of religion. I identify two in this article, loosely defined as spirituality and community. That provides insight into how mainstream society might react to the challenges of our changing world. Furries embody some of the biggest challenges to religion in the 21st century: acceptance of diversity, the growing online world, and more importantly, the increased rejection of religion altogether. Religion is rightfully a sensitive and important topic, but before I go any further, I want to make two preemptive apologies.
Firstly, an apology to the religious, who may reasonably find this article offensive. I am making a direct comparison between furry and God. To suggest that something as trivial as fleeting as furry can and should be compared to a deity would be ludicrous if it wasn't so sincere about it, or if I wasn't so sincere about it. I just have trouble reading the grammar. And possibly even worse, I'm also making an unsaid comparison between this article here on adjective species, or adjective species, my interpretation on furries' morals, and a holy book, a divine interpretation of God's morals. Secondly, an apology to atheists who may reasonably find this article condescending. Religion is an imaginary construct, so it is ridiculous to give it any sort of regard beyond lip service. I'm being respectful towards belief systems that are demonstrably false instead of talking directly about the topic at hand.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a really negative opinion of... That's not so much atheist as it is anti-religious.
Yeah, which a lot of people confuse atheism and anti-religion.
Because there are tons of atheists who love to study about religion, love mythology and all that shit. I don't know... Well, I do know. I don't know someone that is completely against all religions. You don't know what you do know. I was thinking of Christianity. Like, I could bring up Christianity. I could have like 50,000 people that I know that just attack it and rip it apart. But to hate every single religion ever, I don't think I know anybody. Because there is just so open-minded religions and interesting religions that I don't think that's even possible.
Yeah.
Atheism is, in a broad sense, this is Wikipedia's take on it, the rejection of belief in the existence of deities. In a narrower sense, atheism is specifically the position that there are no deities. More inclusively, atheism is simply the absence of belief that deities exist. Atheism is contradicted with theism, which, in more general form, is the belief that at least one deity exists. So, is atheism a religion? Technically, no, not by itself, but there are religions that kind of take atheism into account. So I think that's something that a lot of people also need to understand, is that atheism is not like the hate of religion, it's just the hate of the existence of deities by itself. That doesn't mean that somebody who's atheist can't hate religion. It just means that...
not even like hate of deities, it's just like, how can you hate something that doesn't exist?
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know, it's like hating an imaginary friend. It would just make you seem silly if you just violently hated an imaginary friend.
I hate you! Quit staring at me!
That, my friends, is schizophrenia.
These competing paradoxical reactions make writing this article potentially a lose-lose situation.
You just wanted to read that paragraph because it's paradoxical, didn't it?
It is also one of the reasons why religion is such a difficult topic outside of conversations with like-minded people. The godly and the godless often see each other as the enemy. They respectively seek in ways that insult others' philosophy. It's fertile ground for misunderstandings and angry escalation. This article is intended to explore how our ad hoc furry community provides support to its adherents in much the same way as religious communities. I am not exploring theology. For starters, furry is not a religion. As far as belief systems go, furry is reasonably comparable to Totemism. Say that again?
Totemism?
Totemism. Totemism, in broad terms, covering those who believe they have a connection to kinship with a non-human animal. Totemism has been documented largely in indigenous populations in North America and Oceania.
What?
Oceania. And a modern version of it still exists. Modern totemists will often identify a spirit animal with whom they feel a close personal connection. That spirit animal is usually imbued with superpowers that give strength to the totemist. These powers are often described as a result of the animal's existence in spirit world, from which they can provide guidance or provide literal physical support for the totemist.
Hail Satan.
Modern
Well,
mainstream...
that kind of dives more into a bit of Therianism, more so than furry, though, in its same self. You know, because many don't even have a spiritual connection to the animal, and this is kind of diving into the, spiritualness
Well,
of the
right,
connection.
because there's so many different takes on Therian.
I do agree that, a totem, in some way or form, like, that's what our persona is, the totem of what we see ourselves as in the furry community, but not really necessarily a spiritual connection to that totem.
Most furries. There are some furries that it's just like some character or, really basic level alter ego thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is, we kind of use it as a totem for the existence of furry, more so than a spiritual connection to it.
Like, people are like, oh, what character is Paradox? I'm like, Paradox is not a character, it's just me. Like, I suppose the wolf form of it could technically be, like, a character, but no, like Paradox is just me. Like, oh, what does your persona act like? It just acts like me.
We've had emails, I think we discussed it in the last show, where someone's like, what's your persona different than you? And it's really, in most cases, not. We see our personas as we see ourselves, just in an anthro form, while some may see them personas as what they would like to be or what they choose to be.
Sometimes people also assign different emotions and personalities to their personas.
I know, there's many people who have different personas.
Represent,
their dominant side.
Mood at the time.
Yes.
Right. Like if they're angry, they're blank. And if they're
Some
playful,
people do that,
they're
yeah.
blank. And we've got...
They pretty much break up their emotions into different characters of personas that they have.
Yeah, they're like categorizing it.
Mm-hmm. Which I've seen many people do that. I mean, you can go from dominant, submissive, just basic things to, angry, aggressive to, shy and timid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of interesting, actually.
It's interesting.
We kind of separate our personas.
It's interesting.
I would love to see someone actually write something on that. Just
I would like to see someone write something on that, but I don't think that I would jump to compare it to totemism so soon. Like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of sloppy to jump into it very quickly.
Right.
Because it seems like when you're writing this, if you immediately jump in and say, this is like totemism, you haven't explained it enough. Yeah. So people will assume that you're comparing it directly to totemism, which is probably not what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. So we should read a little bit more before we start talking about the article. Modern mainstream totemism, sometimes called animism, is considered to be a New Age philosophy, along with other artifices appropriated from a range of cultures. Your patience for such quasi-spiritual guff will vary. Your reaction to the usefulness of dream catchers, or perhaps your thoughts on the wisdom or otherwise of Chakotay from Star Trek Voyager, might be a good guide as to whether totemism is for you. If it sounds like I'm unfairly poking fun at modern totemism, I'm also poking fun at myself. I'm personally inclined towards a lot of this new agey stuff. I'm vegetarian, I meditate, I'm a hypnotist, I own a lot of ambient music, although I would argue that I've appropriated useful aspects of new ageism and discarded the dream catchers. I read a fair bit on totemism, and I wish I could recommend a good reference. Probably the least worst is Ted Andrews' Animal Speak.
The least worst.
The least worst is Ted Andrews' Animal Speak, and there's a link in the article. Although, there is a lot of nonsense to wade through, such as the author's insistence that his personal eagle totem can disable highway speed cameras. If you can tolerate such intellectual bankruptcy, then the book is otherwise a pretty good reference for
Intellectual bankruptcy.
I like this person.
Can that be a show title?
Yes.
Please.
What was it?
Intellectual bankruptcy.
I really like that.
I love it.
I love it. Thank you, person that wrote this article. Your vocabulary makes me warm and fuzzy on the inside.
It was written by J.M.
Yes, well, although there is a lot of nonsense to wade through, blah, blah, blah. The book is otherwise a pretty good reference for furries looking to reflect on their relationship with their species of choice. You could, unfortunately, do worse. Having said that, totemism and real religions and furry help us manage our inner world. The totemists and the religious both provide an other, a spirit animal or a god, that allows us to explore the most difficult aspects of the human condition. At the simplest level, using this other as a sounding board makes it easier to negotiate a route towards happiness or acceptance of morality or manage personal failure. The presence of this other means that we do not have to carry the mental load of complete personal responsibility. For the a-religious, furry provides an alternative for managing our internal world. All human beings carry around an internal critic that thinks and acts in a way that is often contrary to the rational, moral being we imagine ourselves to be. And I like how they actually say that we imagine ourselves to be, because most of the time human beings are erratic, crazy things. We all hear an internal voice that reminds us of our permanent failure to live up to our own expectations. We all secretly struggle with depression or lovesickness or anger or mortality or whatever our own inner voice's favorite topic happens to be. You can hear me laughing a little bit as I read this because I find humanity to be hilarious. The inner voice is believed to be the cause of auditory hallucinations. People who hear voices, as is commonly associated with schizophrenia, may simply feel that their inner voice isn't their own. Along with the rest of us, our inner voice can still make itself known. We may find ourselves acting on otherwise repressed impulses when we are in mentally delicate state, perhaps drunk or under stress.
The struggle to manage this conflict between our inner voice and our desire to be perfect, rational beings is, for many philosophers, at the core of the human condition. Some people might overmanage their atavistic impulses and become uptight, while others might undermanage and become emotionally unpredictable. Ooh. To a religious person, a deity often represents a perfect and unattainable ideal who rewards those who try to improve themselves. Oh, I wish Christianity would follow that.
But I disagree.
Oh my God.
I disagree, though. Because there are a lot of religions that have extremely human deities that don't live up to expectations either. Like Greek paganism and Satanism.
Greek mythology in general. I mean, Greek mythology in general, like, all the gods fucked up. Like, they all had issues. They
were all fucked up.
Problems.
Egyptian mythology, they were all fucked up.
Their kids were all fucked up, especially.
The kids were all fucked up. You know, coming in each other's salads and shit.
So are we talking about Egyptians now?
Yeah, Egyptians. I said Egyptians, yeah.
I dove out of the conversation for a second, and then I heard jizzing in people's salads, and I was like, oh, Egyptians.
Oh, there you go. Set and Horus. I made you pregnant. Ha ha ha. Anyways. Satanism, spiritual and otherwise, because there's atheistic Satanism and theistic Satanism, which is really interesting in of itself. And then there's Greek paganism, any type of paganism, really. Paganism is very, very accepting of the flaws, I would say. No one's going to hit you with dogma, which that's what I find a flaw in this.
Right.
But anyways, continue.
Our furry selves may help in a similar fashion. Let's go into that whole discussion of, we seeing our furry selves as more than what we are. But continue. For many furries, the animal person alter ego represents an unattainable ideal, mentally and physically. Other furries may imbue their avatars with desirable qualities and role play as the first step towards self-acceptance. The fact that our avatars are not human may be helpful in the fact that we can never feel like we have reached our destination, much in the same way that man can approach but never attain godliness. Furry also provides a social guidance. Oh, sometimes. Sometimes not. Socially awkward furries. There's many.
Hey, they get better.
They do. Some.
Who?
We're talking about socially awkward furries for a second.
They don't get better.
No, they don't.
I was a socially awkward furry. I got better.
It depends on your personality, because I know one that he's about 20, 21 years old. Most awkward person I have ever tried to even, talk to.
But is that
say hi to?
Is that the fault of furry, though? Or is that... Because there's awkward people who aren't furry.
Well, are
Yeah,
we saying that
He's
it's
just
the fault of
extremely
furry?
awkward and doesn't know how to interact with people. It's really strange. It's like he's never had contact with
Well, I do think
I don't like the way human porn looks anymore. Is that the fault of furry?
I like the way all porn looks.
I do think furry does
And I
have the
think that
ability.
is the fault of furry.
I would say that I do. Damn it. Fuck.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I just blew my mind there for a second there.
Just read.
Furry also provides social guidance. We don't have this formal set of... We do not have anything as formal as a set of commandments, but we're still subject to unsaid norms that inform the boundaries of appropriate behavior within the community. Have you been to furry cons? I don't think you have any.
Appropriate behavior, but as long as you're appropriately behaving around people who are appropriately behaving, quote unquote, just like you, you're fine. I mean, if rubbing your dicks all over each other's appropriate behavior, and you're an animal, and that's it though. That's the thing. I mean, what is appropriate behavior? Who defines
I prefer to step out of the dick rubbing over here.
Okay, well,
I don't know if your social norms is dick rubbing.
I don't.
But I'm just gonna scoot my chair this way.
But you get the point, though. What is appropriate? I mean.
I would say that definitely touching is more appropriate in the furry fandom compared to actual human norms.
It depends where you're touching. And what you're touching with.
That's the way furries are, though, man.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine if I
grab their dick and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and then you grab their face and they're like, "Hey, that offends me. I don't have a muzzle, and it hurts my feelings. I don't have a muzzle.
It's
so don't
fine
touch
if
my face."
It's fine if I put my hand on your shoulder. It's not fine if I, on your shoulder.
What?
Radically different.
I have not met a furry who's stuck their dick on my shoulder yet, so
Oh, it'll happen. Prediction.
Another Pharaoh story.
Please, no. Can you reverse that prediction?
No.
Because I don't want any part of that.
Prophecy.
I agree with him.
He's not going to take his prediction back.
It is prophecy.
It's prophesized.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, back to the article. For example, furries place great value on tolerance. Our friendships are more intimate, and we talk freely about sex and sexuality. That I can agree with. These unsaid furry standards are explored by regularly here at Adjective Species. However, they are difficult to pin down. I suspect that non-furry reading these pages wouldn't gain much understanding about what furry is, period. In general, we tend to discuss common experience, rabbit on fursuit magic, or explore unusual phenomenon, Macaos on furries, death of women, 80-20. But we tend to not try to define furry. Anyway, it's not through lack of trying, just that we furries aren't easily categorized. I might propose, for example, that furries have an animal person alter ego that we create in the name of a furry reflection of ourselves. However, this is neither mandatory nor universal. AKA Phil Guys doesn't interact through an imaginary furry representative. Having said that, his books are very furry, particularly if you have never inclined towards bunnies. Oh, very own rabbit. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway. We have also explored apparently simple topics like species selection, assuming that, say, furry wolves must have different motivations for species selection from furry foxes. Fucking wolves. We hope to find evidence in the furry survey data. However, several creative data mining attempts have discovered almost nothing. I can't think of exactly one significant correlation related to species. Furry women are much more likely to choose a domestic cat for their fursona. Ideas for future research are welcome. The spiritual aspects of religion are difficult to pin down as well. Taking Christianity as an example, the world has changed to the point where the Bible has ceased to be realistic reference for behavior. Atheists sometimes suggest the failure to adhere to the word of the Bible is proof that it is at least partially false. I expect that Christians roll their eyes at this criticism. The world is always changing, a process that has become very rapid following the Industrial Revolution come 200 years ago. Huge increases in efficiency and income have led the world's population to increase from about 1 billion to today's 7+ billion, largely away from the rural communities into urban centers. Religion has to adapt to this change. Before cities started growing in the 19th century, people related to their religion at a community level. The church was the heart of the community and the role perhaps comparable to that of the government today, as illustrated by the Soviet Union's attempt to enforce universal atheism. Population growth on the rise of the cities has changed religion. The paradigm of a community church has founded in the wake of the cultural diversity, social diversity, and more recently, the advent of the internet. Furry is less than 30 years old and has easily adapted in the 21st century. Most religions have centuries of millennia of history. They were described to me like an oil tanker, and that they take a long time to change course. But by that metaphor, furry would definitely be a speedboat.
Wow. That was a long article, but worth it.
We still have a little bit more.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Go.
Finally, the ending of the article. While the spiritual aspects of the religion have not appreciably changed over time, the community that once was centered around the church has. In diverse cities, church-based communities will necessarily be relatively monocultural compared to the greater population. This disconnects you from your city mates and disfranchisement from society. And the inhabitants of a city are not engaged with one another, it can lead to weakening of the social contract. This causes problems on a personal level. A city can be lonely. Ooh. Such a lonely city. Buffalo is definitely a lonely city.
Yeah, Buffalo's definitely a lonely city.
And on a wider level, illustrated by the 2011 London summer riots, the furry community provides a solution, at least on a personal level. Our mutual engagement to the furry community brings us closer together. The social construct with furry is strong. We freely offer shelter and company to furry strangers, the Furry Acclimation Network. We offer moral support to the depressed, a rough guide to loneliness. These are links. And while furry strangers pass away, we are personally affected and provide charity, death in the fandom. The sense of the community is very similar to the traditionally provided by religions, bringing the community together as a whole, allowing the strong assist to the weak. The communal furry experience is more tangible than the spiritual side. Unsurprisingly, we, as objective species, regularly write about the furry community actions, and those articles...
Slow down, Jesus. Can't even hear your words.
Regularly write about the furry community actions, and those articles that are almost always the most interesting to read. So, if you have read this far, thanks. I hope you didn't just read to the end and choose your comment and skip to the end so that you can comment and berate me for being objective and condescending. Choose one. I have to say though, he kind of ADD'd towards the end and got off topic from the original discussion of what was...
Exactly. He was just pointing out stuff in the community, I think. I mean, all of this stuff in the end of the article is him all talking about community this, community that. I mean, you know, we offer this to ourselves, we offer this to ourselves, and it was really, that was what it was about. So I don't think he got necessarily off track. I think he did get off track, but he did it to make certain points that I think he needed to make.
See, I'm going to disagree with the article.
Okay. Go ahead.
So
devil's
the
advocate.
article's about, furry is an alternative to religion. Well, I think there's been alternatives to religion well before religion. I mean, we as human beings are social by nature, so we find people who we can socialize with easier than,
So you're saying that while furry might be an alternative to religion, it's no different than the millions of other alternatives or just the way humans act normally?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
I see it the same way as Pharaoh. That'd be like saying that going to...
like gamer conventions and stuff.
Being in the Star Trek fandom is like an alternative to religion.
Okay,
just like furry.
but what if it is? I mean, like furries, we do have a community where we support each other. So
it's true, but I think that it's partially not true.
You don't think it's enough points to make it a legit religion, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying
he's not even saying that furry is religion. He's just saying that it
I'm saying that as it's an alternative, but everything else is too. Like running around outside is also an alternative to religion.
But so everything else is also an alternative doesn't mean that furry isn't one of those alternatives. I mean...
I know, that's true, but it's...
So you're not saying he's wrong, you're just saying it's not special.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I would say that, religion itself is not special, so it's like comparing Star Trek to furry or anything else. I mean, yes, religion does play a huge role in society factors, but in its same self, I still feel that religion can be compared to, any kind of fandom. I mean, it is a community, which you're basing the essence of a community less so on the topic of what the community is. And I think that's what I was trying to say.
Right.
Is, religion is a community base, same things with any fandom, same thing with any, even, I would say, hobby. Go down to that basic level. You're going to share common interests with people that have the same hobbies as you. Same thing with religion, same thing with furry, same thing with even Star Trek or anime or anything else in between.
Right. I can understand what you're saying there. I mean...
Well, I will agree that furry in itself is definitely a more connective community. I mean, compared to any other fandom, we are definitely the more... I don't know. We're definitely the most socially awkward out of all the communities. But in that, I think it brings us all closer together and we feel at home.
I think that's a good thing, though. Well, yeah, okay.
Alex, was there anything else you wanted to add? Or?
No, that's pretty much it. Beautifully written as usual.
Yeah.
It does always gets us, thinking about
adjective species. We love you. we don't always agree with every point you make, but there was nothing wrong in this article. It was very well put together, very well written. We definitely enjoy reading it. We should definitely start proofreading this stuff before we read it on the show. I guess we're all just lazy and we all work a lot. Yeah. Like, pretty much, I work like 50 hours a week.
Well, I kind of like debating what they actually have to say or what they actually do. Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that, we don't actually pre-read most of the articles before the show kind of gets me in the mood to actually debate or discuss things differently than what actually is written down. So
a good friend of mine, who's actually a Therian, who's listening to the show, I haven't listened to the show in a while, they brought up a point. So this is some feedback from somebody who messaged me on AIM. And they said that they think we should stop reading full articles and we should just start like summarizing things. And it's not because we read them badly or anything like that. It's just because, sometimes
it takes up a lot of time.
It takes up a lot of time, and sometimes it's kind of a drag. What do you guys think about that?
What time is it right now?
9:19.
9:19. There's a big giant clock right there.
Well, I think I disagree then. Because this is the news section. We had no other news.
Okay, but I mean, what do you think about the concept of proofreading things? I mean, do you think that that's a bad idea?
In all honesty, people who listen to the show, we're not going to adhere to everyone's likes all the time. I mean, that's
no. He loves the show. That was just one comment that he had.
Oh, I know. I'm not disagreeing. Okay. I'm just saying, in general, there are some times we do drag on certain articles, and some articles that are actually longer, some emails as well. And I definitely can agree to some extent that sometimes it drudges on, but in the essence, it's not boring or,
And you don't think that we should summarize because you think that the individual little points that we make throughout the entire article are worth it to the point where we might as well read all of it, even if there might be a paragraph that, it's kind of eh.
Yes, and I like the initial reaction instead of reading over and making points in your head and then saying it again.
Totally
I like the initial reaction that you think of as soon as you see the idea.
I also like how we change our opinions as we're reading.
Yeah.
I like that too.
And you wouldn't get that if we already proofread it.
Exactly.
So I like the way we do it.
I agree with you guys.
Okay. All right, well, we are overdue for a break. Quite overdue for a break by 20 minutes, actually. So we're going to go ahead on a break. It'll be a good, nice little 10-minute break, and then we'll come back, and hopefully we'll read some emails. So, yeah, we'll be back. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why. I felt like I was going to say something else, and now I feel like I don't have something to say.
Lost of words. Just so critically thinking right now that you just...
No, it's not even that. It's just I've had a really fucking stressful week, stressful day, and I'm
going to sneeze
out of
soon.
It. You're going to sneeze?
Soon.
Oh. We better move on to the break then. Your mate is tickling you.
She's poking me. She's trying to get me to squeak.
Makes really good squeak sounds.
Thanks, Maddox.
You're welcome.
This song fades out a little bit here. I just want to remind everybody, guess what? I have to stop and restart the video encoder. So the video may or may not go out on the website. If it does, just give it a minute, wait, refresh, and it'll be back. And now back to the song. Sorry for interrupting.
To the music of falling water, and I don't mean rain. Don't give me that pain, don't corner me with that poetry fine. day, it's a new day. My bass vibrates with anticipation. It's a new day, it's a new day. My bass vibrates with anticipation. I'm gonna make your hand shake. I'm gonna make you shake. I'm gonna make your hand shake. I'm gonna make you shake. I'm gonna make your hand shake. I'm gonna make you shake. I'm gonna make your hand shake. The sky comes down to the ground, letting go with love, and a cell phone rings, rings, rings. Las Vegas in my head, tattoo on my mind. Black brick wall slide. Past your tired eyes. I'm on a short fuse. I'm on a good day, but I'm on a short fuse. I'm sure that you have guessed. See me, woman with a small vice, saying, shall we have a coffee somewhere, sometime, somehow? Well, you come with me. Sounds like I got my escape.
stars will no longer shine, will remain. Get her right, I'll come back again. My integrate this love and fear. Still hopelessly hopeful. Wounded child seeking wonderful. As closed as I am, born a craftsman of shifting sands. What lies I learned, lessen my ability to be present. My love never change. We ruined everything. Stars splash. Need more love in the world. We need more hope in the world. Build more joy in the world. Crave more love. Never change. We ruined everything. Stars conspire for us. Our final love never change. We ruined everything. Stars conspire for us. The only constant is change. My love never change. We ruined everything. Stars. The only constant's
Since the track system wasn't working, I will announce these songs. That Was The Only Constant Is Change by BT. Before that, we had Downpipe by a bunch of house and progressive artists. Underworld, D. Ramirez, and Mark Knight. One of my favorite songs ever. I don't know why that track system didn't post. I guess it was a problem between the metadata output of the playout software and the program that's supposed to send the text file over to the server and blah, 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 blah. But point being, yeah, those are awesome tracks. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess we're back at this point. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I do not enjoy, compared to the other radio show that we do, I don't enjoy doing this show. I'll be perfectly honest. But the only reason I keep doing this show, and the only reason I do enjoy parts of it, is because of all you guys, because of the chat room, because of the people who donate, because of the people who really, just get something out of it. And I don't just mean that, like, I do it for popularity or something like that, and, it gets me popular, so I keep doing it. No. I mean, literally, the fact that I make people happy, the fact that I've given people a place of belonging and a fun thing to do in the weekends, that makes me continue doing the show. That motivates me to continue doing it. Compared to the other show, which, like, our other show has, compared to FurCast, almost no fans. And yet I love every minute of it just because it's my thing. But this show, I keep doing it because I know that people love it and get something out of it. So thank you to you guys. You guys motivate me to keep going. And I'm sure the other guys in the studio would never let me stop. And I will always be broadcasting. Even if the show ends, I'll always be doing something. So my furriness will always go somewhere. But yeah. So, just saying. And everybody else is not talking, so I'm going to continue talking, because otherwise there's dead air, and it's really awkward.
I'm trying to... there was a few videos of me, CJ, and Meek in Horseheads, and I was trying to find them.
Ooh. Did you find more than one, or just
There was two, and I can't seem to find the other one.
Do you want me to play just the one that you found?
Sure.
Because, I can play just the one. It's still pretty funny, it looks like. So yes, no, maybe?
Yes, play the one.
Okay, so this is... you talk about it. You announce it.
We already talked about it. We went through the whole convention in Horseheads, and apparently some videos appeared.
Well, so far, at least, some videos appeared. There's more, right? There's got to be more. There's
a lot of videos of the Horseheads at MFF, and...
They want your body. No.
Those are pretty hilarious looking.
No. Back. No. I need an adult.
Who is this filming it?
Oh, I need to change my pants now.
Oh, that was it? Oh, that's too bad.
That was actually towards the end. That was when we were going into the fursuit headless lounge.
Oh, okay. But, that's pretty funny. And of course, security wouldn't let anybody with cameras in there because God fucking forbid. But yeah,
maybe next show I'll have more videos of the Horseheads.
I hope you do, because it sounded like it was really fucking hilarious what you guys were doing, like molesting people basically with those Horseheads on. And did anybody know who you guys were? Like, did anybody recognize you guys?
The local for semi-local Gage, right?
Yeah.
You know how he likes horses, right?
Really likes horses. Yes, I know.
Me, CJ, and Meek he didn't know who we were at first, and we ran up to him and just started humping him and molesting the shit out of him with the horse heads. And he was like, "This is the scariest thing." He's like, I may like horses, but it's just fucked up, man. And like I was sitting there like nibbling on his ear. I was like, because
the noises you guys make is probably the best part of those stupid horse heads. Just saying.
Apparently Casey and Frizzlewolf, which I hung out with a lot at MFF, shout out to them. They're in the chat room right now. They have some video of me and Horsehead apparently. Oh my god, just absolutely crazy fucking con.
Indeed. I'm trying to actually find your YouTube account because I know we had the videos from AC as well, if I can remember. But I never remember what your damn YouTube account name is. Is it Pharaoh? Oh, there it is. But I never remember if it's Pharaoh Fox or anything else. Here we go. Here's the video. So I'll show this one in the video feed if it'll load. Yes, it looks like it's going to. It's just the noises that you guys make. So amazing. And there's the name of the YouTube video on the screen for anybody who wants to go and find it, of course. But yeah.
I wish I could find the other video. It's quite funny because I kept running up to some guy and he was videotaping me, and essentially you can see my face at one point because he's like videotaping and he gets up to the nostril of the horse and he's like, "I can see your face," and I'm like, I just like run away. But that was actually soon right after, because I know I've seen that video. I don't know where I saw it from, but I know that one was right after we left the Fursuit Games.
Okay. Awesome. Are we ready to move on to emails? one of you guys start, because I once again I got stuff to do. But
Okay,
awkward silence.
I will start with an email.
There we go. Maddox is going to do an email, guys. Maddox is going to do an email for us. Tell me when to cue the theme. Waiting. Now? Is that a now? Okay, yeah. Use your words.
It's a now.
It's a now? That was your mate, but I want to hear you say it. I want to hear Maddox say that he's ready to read emails so that I can push the button. Oh my god, this is so funny. Someone trying to, like, push your mouth and... That was a yes.
Mail time. The mail's here.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
I'm sorry, but the camera, the PTZ camera zoomed in on you right as it went to mail, and it like zoomed in on you perfectly, and it's just you sitting there going, it's just you sitting there all pouty face, and it was like mail, and you're just
That's
like,
the only type of face that I have.
it was fucking great. That was
email
perfect.
is, I'm liking this camera angle. I like it a lot. Christian Hate. Dear FurCast, I wish to start off by apologizing for the confusion in my last email where I said I was more bisexual. When I said that
that was a long time ago.
Yes.
Just saying, that was a long time ago.
Like maybe the beginning of this year, maybe.
Yeah, not even before that, I feel like. I don't know.
When I said that, I meant that I was 50% attracted to males and 50% attracted to females. Anyways, why is there so much hate/dislike against/for Christians in the furry fandom? I'm not a Christian, thankfully, but I don't exactly hate the religion, and I don't understand why there is so much hate for Christians in the fandom. Please feel free to comment and joke around as needed. Well, you see.
Because certain parts of the Christian religion completely irradiate everything that furries enjoy being.
Basically, Christianity has a really strong dogma, and that makes them... It doesn't make them anything. That's a wrong thing to say. No one really makes you anything unless you're indoctrinated to it, and there are some people that convert to Christianity when they haven't been Christian and they're still assholes. So, let me put it better. Christianity's dogma attracts assholes and indoctrinates young children into thinking that, 1, they're better than everybody else, 2, everyone else should think that they're better than everyone else, and 3, if they don't, they will burn forever, or at least they can tell them that they'll burn forever.
Of course, that's the crazy Christians.
Yes.
Right.
And that's the only Christians that get portrayed by the media because crazy is more interesting. So it's very fun to make fun of these people because they're assholes.
Associating with Christianity is kind of like associating with being a Nazi. Because even though there might have been good ordeals and there might have been good, reasons to be into it, and they had some good points, in the past, specifically the past, there's been so much bullshit. And even today, there's so much bullshit that even people who are not necessarily assholes or bad people, they are happening to associate with something that is so negatively, I guess, thought of that it kind of offends people, even though it doesn't necessarily have to.
Yeah, it does. And what I always bring up is that Christianity has done such, vile shit in the past, and people always go, oh, that was in the past. But you would... If someone marched down the street in an SS uniform with a swastika on their arm, you'd beat the shit out of them, or you'd call the police, or you'd have someone else beat the shit out of them. But Christianity's done worse. They've gone through multiple crusades, slaughtered, enslaved, made up all these, they're the reason that we need, feminism and, it's crazy, ridiculous shit that Christianity's bestowed upon this planet. All the monotheistic religions are like this, and other religions too, but religion is a huge suffering point in the face of humanity, and to be associated with Christianity particularly is very bad, in my opinion, because they've done so wrong. What they've done right is not worth it. The only thing that I could say that is positive out of Christianity would be their monks in the Middle Ages preserved a lot of texts from the classical era.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I guess it's an association thing. Trying to think of a better way to put it.
Huh?
I'm trying to think of a better way to put that. It's just an association thing. It's that my problem with Christianity is that, I know a lot of really good people who are Christians, and they're into Christianity for good reasons, but In my opinion, there is no form of the human condition that is inherently or morally wrong or incorrect, because I don't believe in inherent morality, and I don't believe in, an inherent correct way to be. I think that you can try to be a good person, or at least you can try to be whatever your perspective of a good person is, but you also need to take that with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. So even if you think you're doing something good, it doesn't matter how good you think it is, you need to take it with a grain of salt all the time. Always. You always need to second guess everything. And my problem with Christianity is that even if you're into it for a good reason, I kind of feel like the religion pushes the idea that there is an inherent moral way of living, and I completely disagree with every point of that concept.
Christianity is pretentious, it's racist, it's misogynistic, it's like everything.
If you do something and it's good, well, okay, good, I'm glad you're doing something good, but the fact that you think that that is inherently good, I disagree with that. Nothing is inherently good or bad, nor will it ever be. There is no inherent evil or inherent good. And I hate the concept that you justify it using a religion because that is your basis for the good standpoint. I just think that that's unhealthy and closed-minded. So I like good people, and I do like good Christians, but I do not like Christianity, nor will I ever. Unfortunately. Because there are good morals. It's an unfortunate thing.
Nanashi makes a good point. Their problem with Christianity, Nanashi says, my problem with Christianity is that it tells you how to live your life, tells you can't eat seafood or pork, and that it is used to ruin other people's lives. If you took out all the parts where they ruin your life, I wouldn't mind if Christians just went and, just were Christian at each other.
Right.
And didn't enslave or murder people.
Well, they don't anymore.
Well, they did. That's what I'm saying.
Technically, in some cases, they still do, but we'll move on from that.
In Africa, they still do.
We'll move on from that, though.
That's another thing that we could say. Why do people not like Christianity? Another reason is in Africa, they're still convincing people that witches are real things, which causes, little preteen children to be tied to stakes and burned alive. So, Christianity's great, guys, right? Yay!
I don't know. I think at this point, Christianity was needed a long time ago, but I think nowadays, it's not whether it's good or bad. It's not whether you're into it for good reason or a bad reason. It's not whether you're like the rest or you're not. I just think it's a waste of time. I think that's my big thing. It's a waste of...
I agree with you that it's a waste of time, but I don't
It's like being like an extreme Democrat. Well, even if I completely agree with somebody who's an extreme Democrat, I still think it's a waste of time, the whole political party system. It's like that.
But I disagree with you saying that it was needed at one point, because if you examine history, there are a lot of laws that Christianity adopted that were already in place. The classical era of Greece, even before that, with the Egyptians, were completely peaceful. Egypt was a very non-warlike state until it clashed with the Assyrian Empire and was looking for gold and shit like that. But Egypt was relatively peaceful. There were laws set in place that
fuck gold
within itself.
I hate the way gold looks.
Gold is good for transistors. But anyways,
gold is good for transistors. That's it. Yeah. Well, electronics in general.
Point I'm trying to make is that there were laws in place before Christianity, long before Christianity, before even
basically people survived China. Just fine before it. Is what you're trying to say.
Before Christianity, people survived just fine without it, and if it never existed, nothing would really be changed.
Yeah, let me put it this way. This is my personal take on it. If you yourself, let's say you're just a person, I'm talking to you. If you're a Christian, I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any problem with you. And you're probably a really good person. And I will probably be really good friends with you. But I don't like Christianity. I'm never going to. I'm always going to disagree with it. I'm always going to think it's useless and totally against the mindsets I think are healthy. That's it.
And
that's just...
There's too much dirt on it.
It's not even the dirt. Right now.
A big part is the dirt.
If you erase the past, I still don't like it.
Yeah, if you erase the past, but it doesn't matter if you erase the past though, because the book is the same.
Right, but it's also, what I mean is, I still think it's useless.
Yeah, it's still useless, but
I think there's so many different forms of psychology.
It would be different if it was just useless though.
Right.
Like if it was just a book that said crazy shit.
Like furry, you might consider furry useless.
But we keep to ourselves and we don't really kill people, so...
Right.
And the point I'm trying to make is that if Christianity was just a weird book that people read and went like, oh, that's fucking weird, it would be different than, massive genocides that they've committed in the past. Which means, there's varying levels of significance that I would prefer over what it is right now.
I can agree with that, yeah.
But yeah, Christianity is very bad. That's about it.
Well, it's not. Well, yes, it is. But people who are Christians are not necessarily bad, but Christianity is bad.
I would say that they were ignorant because if you are a good person and you are Christian, then you are doing it wrong. In some parts, it says to bash your children against rocks if they're disobedient.
But then people are like, "Oh, I only believe the good parts." But then why be
part of it?
And not only that, but there are so many religions. Like all the good morals in Christianity were influenced / stolen from other religions that don't kill millions of people.
Pretty much, just Buddhism. Buddhism doesn't bother anyone.
Yeah.
Buddhists just kill themselves sometimes. And it's very deep and philosophical, and they become mummies.
In the process of showing that one horse video, I now have 3.
Very nice.
Oh my god.
Can we move on to more emails?
Yes. Can you pass me my flash drive?
I'll pass it to you as soon as we move on to another email.
Okay, I definitely will.
So I'll let you guys choose one.
All I have to say is that topic made me hungry. It's very boring.
Okay.
Hungry talk.
We need to have a Bible fight on the show.
Bible fight.
One of these days.
Throw Bibles.
I told you what I was going to do. I was going to go out and buy maybe 5 or 6 mini Bibles, and then all of a sudden me and Paradox are just going to run up and just be like, Bible fight, and just start throwing little Bibles at you.
I want to do it. Bible fight!
You're going straight to hell. But
I want to do it.
As long as I can get a Satanist Bible, like a big one, and use it as a shield.
Yes!
Or start batting them away.
Well, we were talking about someone would pick up a Quran and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you kidding me? That's the Quran.
Don't do that.
What the fuck?"
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, the fight would stop as soon as somebody took a Quran and threw it. Somebody would be like, "Hey, that is disrespectful," or something.
Not even throw it. They just be like, "What are you doing?
What the hell, man?
What the fuck?
What the hell, man?
Dude,
that's taking it way too far, man.
This is America.
This is America.
2001. 11.
Why aren't we making YouTube videos?
We should. I just want to have a Bible fight. It's awesome.
Look at Zen. We'll definitely make this. Just run outside. Bible fight. Just see Maddox with, dressed in a robe with a demonic thing. Just
he's got a cross in one hand.
It hurts.
No, it's an upside down cross.
This video sounds awesome. We haven't even made it.
We need
Very
to make this.
metal video.
Oh my god.
Oh my
the
god.
shit that we come up with
would be better on paper or in video.
I don't even.
It would be. And then the Quran is the end. Somebody just pulls out the Quran. Zooms in like, man, that's just, you ruined it.
2 weeks later, we get killed by Muslim extremists.
Oh, look, it's Muhammad. Brains everywhere. Advice, please. Hi, guys. My name is Kobe. Kobe.
Hi, Kobe.
Then I'm a 19-year-old bi white German Shepherd with Wolfpack Motorsports. I'm having a little trouble with my parents, who are this is going. Who are definitely not okay with me being furry or Therian. They don't even understand what the fandom is or how it affects my life, regardless of the fact that I've tried many, many times to explain it to them. It got so bad that recently they have brought me to an apartment just to get me out of the house. It's driving me nuts that they can't accept me for who I am, and that this is about me, even though I wear a collar and tail sometimes around them. Also, I recently broke up with my mate.
Maybe you should stop wearing a collar and tail around your parents.
Yeah. It's like, oh, really, I don't like, I'm trying to give an example.
That's like a Christian who's like, you don't like Christianity? Have a Bible.
How old are they?
19.
Move out.
No, they get to you gotta get blah, blah, blah. Read the rest.
That's just the easiest thing.
Read the rest.
Who has the money to move out nowadays? The economy sucks. Everyone has to live
Move
with
in
their
with a
parents.
bunch of friends.
I don't have the money to move out, but then again, my parents are fucking like my mom is like some crazy Wiccan, bisexual crazy woman, and my father plays in classic rock bands, so I don't really have to worry about my parents.
I like classic rock.
I know, I like classic rock too.
Go on.
Mm-hmm. That helps stop everything. Everyone just kind of paused. Just moan and everyone pauses.
I thought you went.
I went,
Oh, okay.
Blame CJ for that. CJ, fuck you, CJ.
I know, CJ's leaking onto the show, man. Okay, stop.
I can't. Since I'm infected. Pink husky.
You can get a doctor.
Also, I just recently broke up with my mate and I'm having a hard time dealing with that. Granted, I did not cause it, but all I'm really looking for is a way to get back together because we worked well. Many thanks and advice. Sincerely, Colby Browning, CEO, Wolfpack Motorsports. As for the parents, we usually give the definition of the parents, constantly on the show, which is, you know your parents better than us. And if your parents don't like something, then you probably shouldn't flaunt it in their face. That would be my basic advice right there.
Yeah, if they don't like it and you showed them like the tame stuff and they still don't like it, maybe they just don't like it.
Yeah, they don't need to like it necessarily for you to beat it either. I mean, like,
if you were walking around and you were like minding your own business and they just attacked you for it, like you're like, no, you can't do that anymore, you can't go to blah blah blah, then I would see there'd be a problem with it. But if you're walking around in like full furry garb 24/7 when you're near them, like flaunting it and getting it all in their face, and they've said that they don't like it, I would kind of think that you are provoking it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's someone going.
I don't think the email is detailed enough for us to.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like, don't poke me, and you're just like poke, 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 poke. Look at me, I got a tail. Look at me, look.
Fine, I'll look. That is a disgrace.
The same concept though. I feel like if they don't like something, you shouldn't be flaunting it.
Like, I hate clowns. Don't dress up as a clown, or I'm going to be really angry. And then you dress up like a clown, and they're really angry. You're like, man, why are you so pissed? Well.
Yeah.
But the parent stuff aside, again, you can't really say move out because even in today's economy is really difficult.
But they said that they like bought them their own apartment.
That's nice.
And is that either that's the same email or the same person? Parental help, right?
They bought me an apartment just to get me out of their house.
Yeah, it's gotten so bad that they basically got me my own apartment just so that they wouldn't have to.
I wish my parents would do that. Jesus Christ.
Maybe they just want you to move out in general. Maybe they're just trying to like.
You are 19.
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
I think you have pretty good parents if they bought you your own apartment.
If the person has their own apartment, but they
maybe. But what did he mean by apartment? If his parents were like, you fucking hate this shit, and they're like, having a huge fight, and then your parents are like, you know what, stay in a fucking hotel for the weekend, and then they give them money to do that. That's not so good.
Yeah, but they said they basically got them their own apartment, so that makes me think that they have an apartment.
Exactly. If they
like
have
an apartment is different than a hotel room.
If they have an apartment that's away from the parents, or even if it's close by, and you only see your parents every so often, then just don't wear it around them.
Yeah.
Simple.
You don't need to wear it 24/7. It's not like you have gills or something.
It is attached to me. I can never take it off. You don't understand the difficulty. As for the second part of the email, with the whole mate problem, it's over. You said trying to get back together because you worked well. If you broke up, for the most part, if you broke up, that's it. Move on. I mean, I don't know how much advice I can really give.
You could contact them.
You could still, by all means, if you could try to
like how did they say how long it was since they broke up with them?
No, it's really vague. So,
if it was a long time, they're probably gone.
Yep. If not, then
that's the same thing though. Is you can't really just rely on your one shape. You can't look at the past and say, "Oh, it worked well in the past. It should work well in the future."
Mm-hmm.
You have to move on at some point. So, you shouldn't dwell on past relationships and the fact that
the universe is constantly fluctuating. Everything is a random occurrence.
Enjoy the time that you had together, and then if you can remain friends in the future, by all means, try.
If you can remain mates, maybe. Mm-hmm. Like you never know. So get in contact with them. If they say no, don't get pissed at them or something stupid like that. Just move on. Be friends with them or some shit.
Yeah, totally agree.
Or murder them. I mean, I didn't say that.
Oh.
Okay, so, yet another email. I would prefer somebody else read one, not me.
I'll read another one.
Okay, I'll pick up. I'll read an email after you.
It's really long, and it has something to do with you in it too. It's like basically all of us, almost.
Okay.
Ooh.
Except Pharaoh, I think.
Good. Fuck them.
Okay, this is transgender/relationship question. Any music?
You want music?
it's a long.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just.
Any music?
What song do you want?
Man with the Red Face again?
You want Man with the really?
Yeah, because we didn't get into the whole thing because it's all cut short.
Okay.
And this one's really fucking long, so I was gonna go. Talon, yeah, the universe is a giant equation, but we haven't figured it out yet, so it has the appearance of being chaotic. This is a whole different topic. Transgender/relationship question. Hey, FurCast, it's Andy again, or I guess Abby now. I've been doing a lot of searching and trying to figure out who I am lately, but we'll get into that later. The first question is more to Paradox, since he's the expert on complicated relationships. I have been in an open relationship with my mate for just a few months now. I feel like you're either smugly satisfied that they say that you're expert at that, or you're frustrated.
That's a good question. I don't quite know yet.
Okay, alright. We've had our issues, including mindset problems with the open relationship. Distance compromises the emotionally draining fight once in a while, but we've worked through any issues we've had. We're drawn to each other emotionally and have somewhat similar interests and views, but differing enough that we can have interesting debates and discussion on them. I'm very happy in this whole relationship, and we are planning to meet in real life as soon as...
Sorry, that was me. Sorry.
We are both open to new ideas, and that's where another friend comes into play. I've known this friend online for a reasonable amount of time. Most of this year, we roleplayed, cuddled, etc. for such that amount of time. I guess over that time, I've simply become so close to him that we are sort of mates now. We recently started telling each other we love one another, and with permission from my mate, with him knowing about my other mate, we had a label and we're now mates as of a few days ago. Both my mates are very comfortable with this decision, even though the two aren't much more than friends themselves. But that's the issue. Do you feel as if the mateship needs to be mutual between all three of us, or do you feel as if what we have now is acceptable and will work out long as my mates talk to each other and communicate when something is off?
Do you want to just stop there? I mean, I could answer that now.
Yeah, that's what
okay, my suggestion is that if you're thinking about it too much, you need to stop. Basically, I think it sounds to me like, you're everything seems to be okay. You're just wondering, like, do we all need to be mutual? No, absolutely not. Also, what you're talking about, I believe, is a combination of poly and open, not just open and not just poly. So in that case, I think you're more open in this case. I don't know, as long as you're happy, you just need to be with people you love. And as long as everybody is happy just being with whoever they love, then that's all that counts.
As long as it's consensual and you're happy, then it shouldn't matter.
Absolutely.
Anyways, moving on. On to the second issue. The one's a bit scarier. I'm not sure if that's the right word for me. More specifically, this question is for Maddox, since he's the transgender, psychologically astute bat of the group. I've been doing some looking, trying to figure out my part of my own subconscious lately. I've recently been going through a conflict of me being either gender fluid or transgender. Gender liquid. Feels like the sexual...
Gender liquid.
It's gender liquid. It's everywhere. Feels like the sexual orientation confusion all over again. I know I wouldn't go through surgery, mainly due to the expenses and the most likely loss of the ability to orgasm. I'm in the same boat as you. I probably will not have surgery because I really want to come still. Although, if there was a more advanced procedure that allowed orgasms to still be had, I would certainly go through with it. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I've come to the conclusion, and a bit of a weird one, that I am in fact transgender, but forcibly created another male personality over most of a life of hiding the fact that I was a girly kid. All of my emotionally self is pretty much contained in my female side and pushed back. My male side is stoic, almost sociopathic, logically functioning person. This isn't me, it's the me that I've made myself to fit in. And even now, that side of me doesn't fit in either. It feels foreign, unwelcome, fake, and I hate it. It's like a mask that's been coated with glue on the inside. Are you me? Seriously, I think this might be a common thing between people like us, Abby and me. You get to start... Yeah, it's weird because I like the name Abby too.
I was going to say, did you write this?
No.
Did you email yourself?
Did you email yourself?
No. Although I do like the name Abby a lot. But it is a common occurrence, at least in my mind. I feel like I am... like I used to be before I got over the lump with my parents, that I was wearing a mask constantly. And I still feel that way when my extended family comes over, because you really need to put on a mask that is completely different than what you actually are, because you just need to fit in, or sometimes it's very life-threatening. I mean, if you compare the amount of normal people to the amount of transgender people that are murdered every year, that's a massive amount of transgender people are murdered in the LGBT community. It's fucking scary as hell. But anyways, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, 40% of the time now because it's gotten a lot better. The long amount of time I've worn it has made it difficult to remove, and of course you forget something you've worn for so long is there. It feels natural, but as soon as you remember that it's there, it becomes uncomfortable and foreign. Exactly. So this is where I want your help. I really, really want to be female. I want to put it out of me and express it any way I can. This whole thing seems to be the root of most of my psychological issues. I feel like the whole blanket of defense and layers of myself, that they're all starting to unravel, break apart. I'm finally starting to process who I am, but living in a southern state, North Carolina. First advice, move north. It'll still be somewhat difficult, though I know at least the fur meets I go to are accepting and tend to bring out my female side, so I at least have one outlet. I just want to know, should I be careful going about this self-repair of whatever damage I've done to my psyche over the years? I feel like the whole thing could be incredibly delicate, but I don't trust anyone in my real life enough to support or help me, although I'm sure the paranoia is going to drop, as this is also rooted in this issue, so we'll see. Confused and Scared Otter, Andy Abigail. Good name, I like it. I like it too! Thank you for all your help with the stuff in the past. Without you, I wouldn't be here now. I love you all. Anyways, covering the last paragraph, it is very scary. It is... I wouldn't say be delicate about it. I would say explore anything you want to explore that's safe and consensual. Explore anything that you may have repressed in the past, as long as the person you're doing it with is consensual with it, as long as you're not killing yourself. I would say try everything and do it safely. You know you're in a danger area, so I commend you for that. You're not being an idiot and just kind of doing it right in public so that people will murder you. Yeah, do it safe.
Props to
Everything.
holding that all together with yourself. I mean, I think that... I don't know anything about transgender. I barely know it. I wish I knew more, honestly, because it fascinates the fuck out of me.
I find it so fascinating that I love that we have this dynamic.
We have everything on the show. We have Therians, we have furries, we have transgender, gay, straight.
Bisexual.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
got everything.
We got everything here. You want it, we got it. It's FurCast.
1995. No, I'm kidding.
But wait, there's more.
Would you say, and honestly, this might even bring in your mate Summer more on this topic. Would you say that one of the best ways to probably cope with being transgender is also to be around people who are more like you? I mean, not necessarily to be around people who are like you, but to be around people who accept you.
To be transgendered, it's very complicated because the way I see it, and it's going to be different for everybody else, so I'm not trying to be condescending or presumptuous here. It's not that you are looking to be accepted. To be transgendered is like you know who you are, or you want to know who you are, and everyone else hates you for it. So you're just trying to be normal, but everyone thinks that it's an abomination. So when you find someone that accepts it, they're really the only person that is normal to you.
Right.
Like, they're the only person that actually treats you like you are completely normal. So finding those people is like finding a non-evil person in a sea of people who would probably string you up if they wanted to. So it helps to be around people that actually see you for the real you, which is, it's more complicated than someone who just accepts you. Best way that I would say to express it would to be find someone that is actually female that you trust and have them dress you up. Find your style, find your colors that fit your face. You will find a whole different dynamic, what kind of person you are. Half the time, I know it happened with me, you will have pushed yourself into a shell of that maleness that you're saying is your mask that's unraveling now, and you'll find a whole different personality underneath it. I still kind of cope and struggle with getting it out.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll probably have two different personalities with it. It's complicated shit. It's really fascinating, but it's also really a tragedy for the rest of your life. So I'm sorry, but I'm going through the same goddamn thing.
Can I actually say something that kind of personally affects me about this? And I know you probably want to say something, so I'll get to you, Summer, in a second. But one thing, and honestly, me and Pharaoh both agree on this, that kind of stresses us out about you being transgender. We don't want you to lose your awesome voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, not going through surgery, so I probably won't lose it.
Good.
Because
you better not.
That shit is frightening if you've ever done any research about it. taking hormones, it's unknown but likely that taking hormones leads to cancer because hormones act a lot like enzymes and may contain enzymes, which basically when you activate an enzyme inside of a cell, it's like a gamble that you'll get cancer.
Oh.
So if you
roulette wheel.
Yeah, pretty much a roulette wheel.
You've got cancer. I'm sorry.
And it's like a random thing. Like each enzyme does the same thing, but some of them have different ends on them. So it's like normal enzyme does what it's supposed to do. Normal enzyme does what it's supposed to do. Subnormal enzyme does what it's supposed to do, but gives you cancer.
Well, that's the thing about cancer that everyone really it's a misconception that there are many cells that actually do get cancer in your body that kind of fail, but your body kind of recognizes them, but not all the time. And that's the problem. That's what when cancer gets bad, is the fact when your body doesn't recognize that it's a defective cell and it just continues to multiply its defective genes.
There's also different dangers, like with the surgery. Worst case scenario, your pseudo-vagina will atrophy.
Oh, God.
And 80% of the time, 20% of the time,
with those who don't know that, explain what it means.
I'll have to look up the actual definition.
Pretty much rot.
Atrophy. Atrophy is the partial or complete wasting away of part of the body. Causes of atrophy include mutations, poor nourishment, poor circulation, loss of hormonal support, loss of nerve supply to the target organ, excessive amounts of apoptosis of cells, or disuse or lack of exercise. So basically, when you get this pseudo-vagina, there is a lack of circulation inside of it and a loss of hormonal support. So you have a chance of it atrophying. And that's scary as fuck. So there's also a 20% chance with the best surgeon in the world that you won't be able to orgasm either. So you're basically taking this gamble of, will I get cancer? Will my vagina rot out of my body? And will I even be able to feel sex?
That is a trifecta of gambling right there.
Yep.
That is
so
the worst
if you
trifecta.
Win, if you actually overcome the odds, I will kind of rub my face against you for a little while to see if it kind of rubs off on me. Still won't try the surgeries and shit though, because that's frightening as fuck.
Hey, maybe in the next
worst case scenario, freeze frame is correct. Worst case scenario is that you die. So, Flake says, "Calm down, you're PMSing." Okay.
I think Summer wants to say things.
Well, I would love to have a female perspective of dating someone who is transgendered.
Well, I'm bisexual, so it really doesn't bother me at all. But, I don't know. At times, because she gets a different personality when being dressed up. And it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm an only child, have been my entire life. It's kind of like having a sister at times.
Kinky.
Kinky.
It is.
I'm okay with this.
God damn it, Maddox.
He just went full boner.
I get to teach her makeup, how to wear the clothes, how to put them on, how to take them off.
How to walk.
Yes.
Surprisingly, I can walk well in high heels.
It's an impressive thing.
Yeah. High heels are really, really painful.
Yeah,
at
I don't
times.
understand why. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't understand why. Just why.
Why? High heels?
Yes.
High heels do something to the calf. It's like a whole psychological study. When you put on high heels, your calf takes a different shape, and apparently it's sexually attractive.
I think it's
like
fucking
like
stupid.
Evolutionarily sexually attractive.
Well, in the same sense, furries like digitigrade legs. So I mean,
it's kind of like the same. It's similar.
If you're gonna go comparison, furries digitigrade, humans heels,
and babies feel sexy in them.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
also
just a reason.
It's kind of empowering. I mean, have you ever thought of just kicking someone like in the face with a stiletto?
If you can walk in it properly.
Me personally, no, but
I have. I mean, that sounds great. They're like knives. They're named after knives.
If you can properly walk in them, there's some women who they slouch when they walk and stuff, and if you see them, they're not, I don't know, they don't look as happy, or not happy, as powerful. But if a woman who's actually walking properly in them and has her shoulder back, and I don't know, she just sexy.
The person who wrote the email said, "I have flat feet. Are high heels a good idea? I don't have flat feet, so I don't know."
Flat feet, you should probably start with arches in your regular flat shoes and then work your way up.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Feminine advice.
Feminine advice. Dun, 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 dun. All right, now, Pharaoh, do you want to read another email or what? Because I could choose one really fast, but it would be kind of awkward.
Did you read the last part?
I was just about to, but we had to explain the last paragraph. Thank you for all your help with the stuff in the past. Without you, I wouldn't be here now. Love you all. You still don't get a question, Pharaoh, but you do get a consolation hug. Hugs. All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I wanted my consolation hug.
But yeah, you're going to have a long life ahead of you. Be that in stress or years.
If the stress doesn't kill you first.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I have an email.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you really?
And we're overdue for a break again.
Who cares?
Check it, Thornbeer, Brer, something like that. I can't pronounce the name here. Yay, another Check It. I love Check It's. You guys are so fucking awesome. Okay. Anyway, totally separate from my previous email I sent today, I have been contemplating the use of collars as a religious symbol. Well, I do not believe in anything supernatural. I can still get behind the idea of an inner self, in my case a Check-It. Accepting my inner Check-It stabilized my internal turmoil of being trans queer. I often use the term gender fluid.
Gender liquid.
Gender liquid. I'm sorry, I love that term so much. But yeah, that's what you are technically. You're not just transgender, you're trans queer. Right?
I don't like trans queer.
I don't like...
Sounds weird.
It sounds...
I think it's too much words. I would say I would...
Words.
Too much
words.
Words.
Just the pause made it.
4 letters. Words.
Words.
I am
letters.
Maddox.
5 letters.
I am
Maddox.
Me and Maddox.
Me and Maddox.
Anyways, I would say best description of me is dick with a chick. Or chick with a dick.
Dick with a chick.
You got me on the fucking... You guys are fucking me up with the fucking me and Maddox thing.
Me and Maddox. Dick with a chick.
Oh my god. That's amazing. That's so perfect.
Watch and learn, kids. Laugh at yourself.
Badge name.
Me and Maddox. Dick with a chick.
Laugh at yourself.
Can you fit that all on a con badge?
I hope so. Anyways, best description of me is chick with the dick. Laugh at yourself, kids. It makes it a lot easier. Me and Maddox, dick with chick. I was going for the dramatic pause and it just fucked me up even worse.
Oh my god.
Don't you just love your life?
Oh my god.
Anyways, chick with a dick with a chick. I'm a dick with a chick.
Casey said she's gonna make you a badge with that title.
Good.
Me and Maddox, dick with a chick.
I think it fits.
It fits so well. That's what's scary.
Yes, large penis. Anyways, yeah, I am transgendered. I probably want to go undergo facial surgery, at least a little bit. But I like my dick.
Okay.
Who doesn't like their dick? I mean, come on. Well, yeah, I know thousands of people that don't like their dick, but
Moving
come on.
back onto the email I was on before we got off of that topic. Even if it's all mental, i.e. no soul involved. Anyway, for obvious reasons, Check-Its don't normally wear collars, and I have long viewed them as a symbol of feral submission to human owners. However, some of Paradox's comments have got me thinking about the collar as a symbol for Motherianism. I'm still debating whether or not I should get one. Any advice would be wonderful. Note, I'd only be wearing it in the real world. It would not be added to my pics and stories. She, as an SHI, already wears fake head wings for Shionas. Tails high. And then that's the end of the email there. So
I feel someone says tails high. I think of them as a slut. Tails high.
Oh, by the way, Frost. Okay, so everybody knows that Huskies have raised tails for easy access, right?
Oh my god, this is great.
Huskies have tails for easy access, so they're even more slutty than foxes. Sometimes Huskies are the new foxes, right? Well, Frost Wolf came up with a new theory for this.
He said Huskies are not sluts or sluttier than foxes.
Is it Frost Wolf?
Yes.
Okay. He said Huskies their tails are not raised for the purpose of being sluts, right? He said Huskies' tails are raised for proper balance for a downward thrust. Yeah.
Anyways, going off topic for a second, Flake said, Maddox, would you be a she-male? You actually have to watch, I'm not offended by that term, but you have to watch that in LGBT circles because she-male can actually be considered a slur. So, yeah. That's considered a slur because it's widely associated with pornography. So if you're like, oh, so you're a she-male, you're directly associating some innocent person with a porn star. So it's kind of like going up to like a regular mother and being like, you know, you look like a mother I'd like to fuck. And they might be a completely random person, but it's like that. It's a guffaw.
Right.
It's a grammatical guffaw in society if you look at it that way.
Okay. So anyway, well, thank you for check out Thornbreer for emailing in. I have a secret, not really fetish, but a secret dream that I will wake up and then there'll be a bunch of Chackets hugging and cuddling me, and it will just be like the happiest moment of my entire life. I don't know why. We're moving on. We're not going to talk about this anymore. Yeah, I've read an email. Do you guys want me to read another one, or do you guys want to move on to your own emails?
I read like 50 emails.
I'll definitely just grab
That's
one.
hyperbole.
Maddox is molesting my foot. Both of them.
That's my job.
And, yeah.
I have an email to read.
I have another email.
Ooh, Maddox has another email.
I have a quick one.
Oh my god, what am I going to do?
I have another email.
See, now
Fan email from Australia.
Thanksgiving.
Just real quick. This one's a paragraph long. And you can go, Maddox. I don't want to intrude on your territory, but you just got finished done talking.
Better watch it.
I'll watch it.
I'm a dick with a chick.
You're a dick with a chick. You gotta be careful.
It's interchangeable.
Hi, guys. That's another fetish.
And girls, if present.
Just saying.
Oh, this email does pertain to the current group setting. It says, "Hi guys and girls, if present, probably not though. I was wondering something.
You know, I'm starting to get offended.
Oh yeah, because you kind of are a chick.
Kind of.
Kind of.
I still say we dress you up for one of the shows.
If I was to fly over to the States at the end of next year, if it only be for a week and a half, would I be able to do a show with you guys? Fuck yes. If you're in there.
Fuck yes.
No. Sorry.
2 out of 1. Priority wins.
Yep, 2 out of 1. All right. Fuck it. We're doing it. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
All right. You got to join it.
How do you three-way rock, paper, scissors? What the fuck?
Shoot.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Okay,
Do you
rock,
know how to
paper, scissors, shoot. God damn it.
I win.
All right, now, okay, wait.
So your vote is non-priority now? So it's
no, now you have to go against him.
Okay, so
now you have to go against Pharaoh.
Paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Sorry. We think so much alike.
We did the same thing 3 times. All right, ready? The clincher.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yes. Paper.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine if that went on just for a half hour. We just kept going. Like, how long would we have gone before we were like, okay, maybe we
I would hope to get a Guinness Book, World Records sort of thing going on.
I wonder what the Guinness Book of World Records for
consecutive ties. It's rock, paper, scissors.
But you can't really say that though, because you could just plan it. You could just be like, hey, let's get rock every time. Hey, Guinness Book of World Records, watch.
Yeah, but you'd fuck up eventually. People are stupid. Your muscle contortion, you'd fuck up sometime. Like there would be, like you'd be like, all right, I gotta do rock.
It's it'd be like rock.
I said now he knows how us fuckers think just by watching us.
Piece of paper grows out of your hand.
All right, back to the quick email. If I was to fly over to the States next year, it'd be about a week and a half. I'd able to do a show with you guys. I was just reading a part that I already read, okay? I reckon it would make my entire year, or maybe the next 2. One more thing. How do I tell people I'm furry? That was a joke. Don't get too serious. I would like to tell you my persona species, but it's sort of kind of detailed. Oh, what the hell? Here they are. He's a species is a wolf German shepherd.
That's not
cool. Ooh, hot.
But yes, I mean, anytime there's a person like in our area, I mean, I love to have foreigners on our show. It's not really that common. I'd love to have 2 Griffin on the show. I mean, that'd be fucking fun as hell. But
saying I'd love to have foreigners on the show makes me picture like just a
we had
bunch
Zumaro.
of Mexicans. There's a shit ton of Mexicans everywhere.
We had Zumaro on the show, so he's pretty foreign.
Zumaro is a Mexican.
He's just imitation blue.
He's a Mexican that knows how we think.
Yeah.
For those who
Similar
are listening, he's
dangerous
actually Canadian, so
He's Canadian. Maple
He
syrup.
is Canadian.
maple syrup.
If you cut me, do I not bleed maple syrup?
Sometimes a boot.
A boot?
A boot.
Oot and a boot?
What's it all about?
Eh? Oh, hockey's not starting until December, eh?
No, that's bad. Don't say A. It's not even funny. You know what's funny is I was mated to somebody who lived in Canada, and it was funny. And this was when I was really young. This was when I was like 15, and he was like 16, I think. And we were just talking on the phone, and then his mother got on the phone, and she started yelling at him for being in the phone forever. And she was like, "Yeah, you just been on the phone all fucking day." And then she keeps going, and she's just like, "You better like I'm getting sick of this shit. Like you just need to get off the phone. Like just stop it. Like I told you to get off of it, okay? Like maybe after half an hour, you can talk with you guys for a little while after half an hour, eh?" And I fucking lost it. I she was yelling at him because she picked up another phone in the house, and he was just like, "Yes, I'm so sorry," and I was just fucking laughing my ass off. Like I could not even contain it, and I felt so bad. But yeah, it was great.
Zumaro always likes to defend himself. He gets really defensive when we say he's Canadian. He goes, "Wait, no, I grew up near Detroit. I'm American."
Yeah.
Don't you try to sneak in here.
Don't you try to sneak in here.
We're watching you. Obama won. We don't need you.
Oh.
It's like unneededly hostile to a Canadian person for some reason, even though we're basically
I don't need your fucking healthcare.
I need your fucking healthcare.
I'm getting in a couple years. Reform's happening, bitch.
2014.
Obamacare.
Don't even say that. I'm sorry. Don't say Obamacare. It's like it's just. Oh, I hate when people say that. It's not Obamacare. It's fucking. Don't say
Affordable
that.
Healthcare Act.
Yes.
Obamacare.
Well then. Oh, we forgot to show.
Oh yes! Holy shit! Let's go and break right after this. Yeah. So.
Obama bear.
I'll keep the PTZ on if you want to show this.
Well, I don't want to. Shit,
so
address is on here, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, so you don't want to show your address, but pull it out. I'll hold it up.
Pull it out.
For you.
Oh.
Yeah, pull it out. It's not a dildo.
Address is
for everybody listening to the.
So for everyone who's watching the video feed, whoever's listening, you don't really know what's going on entirely, but I kind of became a lot more furry.
Yeah. All right, you ready for this? This is actually Pharaoh's new license plate. Actually says Pharaoh on it. That is an official New York State license plate. He got it custom made with his name.
You could report him with that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
everyone
this is
call.
Yeah, everyone call
the police.
It's not even on my car yet, so you know.
It isn't on his car. And how does it work again? That the name overrides the actual number or something like that?
It's still under my car. Still exists under its current number.
Okay. How much was that, by the way?
$60.
$60? That's not bad. I might have to do that. I might have to pay $60. Would you just go to the DMV and ask them or something?
Go to the DMV. You ask for a custom license plate. They run a check. You have to pretty much be like, well, what does this name mean? And then you're like, oh, well, it's an online alias / persona image that I've used for the past 10 years. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. That's awesome. So yeah, Pharaoh's new Pharaoh license plate.
I haven't seen too many Canadian license plates with Zumaro. Can you get a Canadian license plate where it says Zumaro?
A license plate is just as Canadian.
Canadian.
I get a license plate that says American.
Canada.
Canada.
With like the stutter. Canada.
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 And yes, I hate the fucking orange and yellow New York's new license plates.
I love it.
They suck balls. I would rather have the blue and white.
Go Sabres.
FurCast will be back after a 10-minute break.
Rolling down Highway 95, sailing through a hometown countryside. Move on over, stand aside my cruise control and overdrive. Need to take my baby for a ride. Ooh, she's like a smooth stretch of highway. Ooh, like a cool summer breeze. satisfied when I take my baby for a ride. Ooh, she's like a smooth stretch of highway. Ooh, she's like a cool summer breeze. If my molding's running right, we might lose control tonight. Got the shape I love to squeeze, looks that bring me to my knees. So please let it roll tonight.
That was an awesome little electro piece by Kelly. Of course, it was called Tenderoni. And before that, we had Let It Roll by Little Feat, a great classic rock track. I love some underground electro pieces. They're so good and so much fun. That is one of my favorite electro tracks ever, probably. Actually, yeah, it probably is my favorite electro track.
That just sounds cool.
What? Oh, God.
Oh, I have to piss.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good, though. Nice and crisp.
That is
I like
nice.
the knock at the end. Very metallic.
So we have some videos to show you guys.
Okay, horsies, go!
Make out with each
This was in our room with Casey, Frizzle, Meek.
Wow.
Casey.
Wow. And then there was the other video right here, I believe. No,
See,
right
at MFF, well, before we move on to the next video, our room was crazy. To put it simple.
Yeah.
Our room became pretty much the central hub of the party of the con a lot of the time. I mean, we had people in and out of our room. That's why there's like one instance that someone would bring other people into the room that no one knew, and that's where I think one of the horse heads got taken. But by all means, I don't really hold it against the person. I just hold it against the person who stole it. But anyway, our room was nuts. I mean, I even have a story that I might actually save for another show because I brought a certain device when everyone was drunk. And, yeah. Oh, and Zumara was in our room too, and he said, Pharaoh, yeah, crazy. Somehow that doesn't even cut it.
Yeah, it really didn't.
It didn't.
So this next video, the one I'm about to show, what is it again? Is it just like some...
Indeed, everyone loves my rooms for cons.
You didn't answer my question.
Okay, so this video. This one was of me, Meek, and CJ prowling the con.
I know, I'm always working. I know some people call it. Your face is all red right now. Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's blue screen!
Oh my god.
Blueski!
There's Blueski.
You can see my face.
I can see your face through your nostrils. Oh shit.
You guys were like in the center of attention here.
Oh my god, this is too good.
And is that it?
I think that's it for that.
Yes, that was the first video that had the little fucking turret. It was awesome. It was so cute.
Hey, what's the capital of Thailand?
This actually seems like a pretty neat like review of the entire con, despite shaky. So cool. There's a video right there if anybody wants to grab it. But yeah, awesome stuff. Awesome. That was hilarious. I wish I could have been there for that. I feel so bad that I was not there.
Electricon in my room.
Okay, so explain.
Okay, we definitely. I need my music for this one.
You need your music for this one?
Oh god. I think Casey and Frizzle missed out on this party. Anyway, at MFF this year, I decided that I was going to bring my shock device. I forgot what the actual term for it is. It's a ceramic thing that you pretty much put it on your body and you end up having the power of Zeus. That's the easiest way to explain it because essentially it generates it generates static shock, and so as Zumaro says, the alternative title to this would be Jacking On. Futurama reference. So I ended up plugging this thing in the wall, and then I did it while everyone was drunk in the room, and all of a sudden I ran up and touched I think Fritz or Immelman, who was in the room at the time, and they screamed.
So this thing generates static electricity. Is that what
Yes.
this thing does? So what's the point of it? Is it like a massage thing or?
It can be used for sexual things. It can be used for it's like sensual things. It can be used for massage.
Right.
There's a bunch of different uses you can actually use for it. No internal usage. Big warnings on the box. No internal usage. So don't put it on your body and then use your dick as an electroconductor. Just giving that warning.
Anyway.
Tesla coil.
Tesla dick. Anyway, at one point I said pretty much turned it on low, and it feels weird if you run your hand through someone's hair. I'd bring it to the studio at one point in time just to show you, but I'm afraid because we have a lot of electrical devices in here. Having static shock at the ends of your fingertips would not be good for the studio.
Right.
But you pretty much run your hand through someone's hair, and if you want more detailed, you could ask Zumaro. But it's kind of like a weird tingling feeling that goes across your entire scalp. So while everyone was drunk, pretty much just fucked around. So in the room, everyone just kept shocking each other, and it was quite fun. Everyone was freaking astonished, or maybe even a little turned on by it. I think Fritz, one of our local furs, found it very stimulating.
I could tell. You could tell he had a little hard on going on there. He liked it,
which was funny because anytime you'd zap him, he'd purr like an otter.
Otter. Oh my god! I didn't see this.
So even though it was probably the best thing to me zapping him, but every time I did it, he'd purr like an otter. So it was so fucking adorable. I had to keep touching him, and then I shocked his nipple, and that ruined it for him.
Oh well, shit.
Oh my god! Awesome. I'm tired. How long do you guys want to keep doing the show?
I probably should just do shoutouts now and.
You just want to
Well,
do
I've got
shoutouts?
one more.
One more.
And it pertains to Thanksgiving. I think that's good.
Go ahead.
And my hair changed. So.
It did.
Yeah.
It did change.
Hair changed. You just sit down.
You're supposed to wait for somebody to notice. Maddox, did you get a haircut today?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanksgiving! Since Thanksgiving is the day I sent this email, I would like to thank all that partake in the show. You make my day just that much better. Someone in the chat said, whoa, when did Maddox become Legolas? And that just made my night. You make my day just that much better. You make hours of work and chores more enjoyable. Thank you, Paradox, for making such a wonderful show and adding the technical magic it needs. Thank you, Maddox, for your insightful input and mind-bending facts of life. Thank you, Pharaoh, for your humor, tirade stories, and downright blueness. And last but not least, thanks to all the guests and interviewees for adding their own special spice. Happy Turkey Day. Your black Californian wolf, Fell Blackpaw, sent from their iPod.
Damn it. Damn iPods again. Oh my god, you kiddies need to get computers.
It's true. Get a fucking computer. I love you, though.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
all
yeah,
my
exactly. We
fans.
love them. It's okay.
But you need to get a fucking computer.
Alright, I am just trying to organize all of the effects. Because I always do this last, and then I get punished for it later on. So
Guard.
Did we ever show the sheet that was from the hotel, the Hyatt?
What do you mean? No. What do you mean?
The little sheet that you guys refused to let us see.
What are you talking about? Oh yes, fuck, we forgot about that. So this was from the fire alarm, I should say, that happened, or well, yeah, when the fire alarm went off. At least this is response to it. Hyatt O'Hare International Airport. Dear valued guest, this morning the fire alarm system was activated. A fire alarm sensor was tripped this morning due to a fire extinguisher being discharged, resulting in the fire protection system going to a full alarm. Once a sensor is activated, it upgrades the severity of the call, and we have to ensure that the inspection is cleared by the fire department in accordance with local municipal fire codes. The fire department did not respond and was able to clear the alarm. Or fire did respond, they were able to clear the alarm. They confirmed that the system did work correctly. We are able to restore things back to normal. We appreciate your cooperation and apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you, hotel management. So yes, that is the letter. Where was that, Pharaoh? That was on your door, I believe?
It was on Lace's door.
It was on Lace's door?
Yeah, since he was in the suites.
Awesome. They just heard you laughing and having a good time, and the fire alarm was going off in there, and they just had to apologize for it. That's pretty much what happened. That's what I'm getting at. Anyway, yeah, so shout-outs. Do we want to move on to those?
Emails or names?
Names.
Well, actually, wait. Did you want to read a final email, or?
Well, I just read
What
that.
was your final email?
Oh,
to
that's
get a
right. You
chance
did.
to-
You did just.
add it to the-
Oh, fuck. I think it was just Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, yeah. Thanksgiving felt like. Bleh.
So I have a possibility for some new shout-out music. Do you guys want to do that, or do you guys want to do the old one?
What's the new one?
Well, how am I supposed to show you without waiting until we get to shout-outs?
Just play the fucking music.
Well, we want to test it and see what it's like.
We wanna
probably
test
don't-
it.
We probably don't want to use that.
All right, well, here's the new one.
Try.
What?
We could try.
You want to do it to that one?
Let's try it. If we're not feeling it, we'll switch to.
Okay, because I can usually switch to the other one, so we'll do that. All right, cool. Here we go, guys. Shout-outs.
Bob.
I just gotta make sure everything's ready. Is everything ready? Is everything ready? You guys ready?
Yes.
Before we go to the shout-outs, I just wanted to give a special shout-out to all those that I actually met and hung out with at MFF.
Me too.
Which was really?
Yeah.
The con that you didn't go to?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I know we met Barker Jr. I met Lace. I met Frizzle and Casey. Big shout out to them. They're in the chat room right now. Leon Fox. Then there was the people at the end of the con that donated the server, which was Red Tail Wolf.
Yes, it was Red Tail Wolf.
Red Tail Wolf. He was great fun. I wish we got to hang out more.
I hung out with him a lot.
So
I did a lot of things. I cuddled with him.
I mean, Blueski, all the normal furs from around our area.
I took a shower with him.
You know, Frost, Red Rusker, Chance.
No, Red Tail Wolf
Mortova.
was awesome.
All great people. I mean, that con, it pretty much hanging out with everyone really made my day. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it was, honestly, I needed it. It was probably the best con I've been to in a long time.
it has been probably one of the best cons. I kind of hope that eventually it overtakes AC. With
Me too. Oh my fucking god, hands down, I wish it would take AC.
Even though I love AC and I love Pittsburgh.
I love Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't like AC. I like Pittsburgh, and I like the people who go to AC.
Mm-hmm. But you know, the final two things that I wanted to mention was holy shit, the water bottles went fast.
Oh my god, yes. We released the water bottles for you guys to take.
Release the water bottle.
It was like a
water
flood.
bottle. Yeah, it was. Let's put it this way. I put the water bottles down. I put out a tweet that the water bottles
over
were
50
out.
of them.
Over 50 water bottles. Put out a tweet that they were out. Right. Proceeded to walk toward the dealer's den to see where Pharaoh was. After about 15 seconds, I said, guess Pharaoh's not in here. Turned around, walked back out, walked back down the hallway, turned the corner, they were gone.
Wow. Lots of people like FurCast.
Less than 3 minutes.
Lots of people like free shit.
Yeah. So for anybody who has a FurCast water bottle, you get like 15 internet points. I don't know. We got to have like some kind of a prize or something for people who have.
Well, I still want to do water bottles again, like next year, maybe something.
Well, don't we have some more?
Yeah, we have a little bit more. I want to kind of give out a few of them to the people I owe. I owe a few water bottles people that I haven't really had a chance to just because lack of money. The other thing that I wanted to mention is we gave a water bottle to Big Blue Fox.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes,
so Big
indeed,
Blue
we did.
Fox is a
Big Blue
FurCast
Fox
water
has one.
bottle. And then we also gave one, which I didn't even know, to the con chair.
Oh, yes. I walked up to him. I was like, hey, chairman. I was like, I have a water. He goes, he goes, sick nasty, fucking awesome. And he takes one. And then he walks away. And I was like, Pharaoh, do you know who that was?
I'm like, no.
And he goes, no. And I'm like, that was the chairman of the convention. So, chairman of MFF, you have one of our water bottles. I'm probably not listening.
I do have to commend them because you guys run probably one of the best cons.
The best con. It may not be the most favorite, might not be, it might not be the best in everybody's opinion, but it's the most well run.
One thing that we could talk about too is Summer did those posters, and if she gives us rights to, we could actually start making them.
That is true too.
Or if you just give me some money, I can totally chip them.
I would like to completely redo our merchandise store because I kind of don't like half the shit that's in there. I want to get like some decent, actually well-made merchandise. First of all, I want to get coffee mugs. I don't care what you guys think. I want fucking coffee mugs. I'm sorry, just to sit in the studio with like a coffee mug that says like FurCast on it.
Can we
would
get
be
something like
awesome. I want to get possibly better hats, and then I want to get posters. Yeah, those are like the big ones. Like I don't.
Those posters. I posted it on the Facebook thing.
Okay.
And
they're really fucking good.
Okay. I might be able to give you.
Got an A+.
I might be able to give you some vector versions of the various logos we have too. So if you want to do it digitally, we can incorporate that as well. I mean, I'll take a look at the one you got on there too. But we could develop whatever graphic design wise. But anyway, we should move on to the shout outs. So
Indeed. So
Everybody ready?
I think so.
Everybody get in the chat room.
Oh, snap. Now?
Now.
Let me turn it up a little bit. Excuse me.
Wow.
You're messing everything up, god damn it. You fucker.
At least we had a good intro, right?
Ready?
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Ready?
All right, now we're gonna do it now, okay? Do it on time with the fucking song, you piece of shit.
It's there?
Right, yes.
Okay. Paradox.
Happy Faith.
Then Pharaoh,
Leon Vogt, Parker,
Choose
That
Veldu,
Zipper, Sabe,
Alpha.
Amy,
Ash away.
Parker Jr.,
Cast the cougar.
Dusty Gale,
Ella, Pharaoh's Mistress,
Fishmonster Ka.
Freeze Frame,
Kamikaze. Kyle Polanski.
Pikey, Vindy, Ravenger,
Cinder.
Shadow,
Snow, Arius, Tide.
White Wolf, Alred, 58. Abigail, Ace or Sinus. Allison, Angelic Dirt. Apollo, Awale. Bissor.
Zier, Zacier,
Bounty Hunter, Brody the Fox, Chewbacca's cousin,
D-Bandit,
Juggernaut.
Diver Fox,
Dino Pegacornicitty.
Dox the Fox,
Eltani,
Firefang R. Silent.
Foxen, Zoma,
Furry penis on Pharaoh's shoulder. Ghost Rider 74.
GMO,
Gray Thylacine.
Griffin 9030,
Gummy Bear Kai.
Half Wolf, Hollow, Endron,
Horsehead Doritos,
Great,
Horsey Queen. Hunter.
Efrix,
Ifrit.
Ifrit,
Ifrit X.
Ifrit. It's Ifrit.
Ifrit?
It's Ifrit.
Ifrit is how you pronounce
Ifrit,
it. In mythology, anyways. Inferniel.
Iota, Ishak, JV,
Jack Deus Olfir,
Kinyan.
Kitan,
Klidos.
Ran yet again,
Kusu.
Icy Off,
Legagarme.
Lixen,
Latrin.
Magma, Marcus, McAbsent, Mesa, Mike Paws, Miko,
Mitt Romney style.
Obama star. Mr. Wolfpig.
My name is Foxen.
and Nashi.
We want shrubbery? Nick.
I said Nick.
Ninja Muffin, Nora 3D. Owls the Cheetah. Oppa Gangnam Style.
Op. Orange Paw.
Yoku, Atrofox, Amores, Cazares, Project 79.
Magma. Rating.
Red Tail.
Regret, Ravenous Lupine, Ribby, Robocoon, Rock Bunny,
Rusty. Sama 472. Shade Claw.
Sierra Pup.
Silver Streak. Sky 97.
Sky Fox.
Skylar Ryan.
Snooper.
So get us.
Aetherian Nexrala,
Sorcerer Dale.
Solax.
Star.
Studio Computer.
Star Firewolf.
Sven the Wolf.
Talon.
Tango the Dragon. Tethers. The Chat.
A Black Cat.
Coco GT. 2 henchmen.
Vexer, Vince,
Oh, Vinci.
Wolfgang.
Wrath. 257.
Wolf Shade.
Zeros loves Matas.
Exodarap, Extraxis, the fuck? Yes, my cock is on fire. The door. Dick with chick.
Zivo.
Zev.
Zumaro. Or Zumbafu.
Zaboomafu.
Zaboombafu. Xylos. And Xyla. Yes.
Is that it?
That is it.
I guess that was it.
That is the show.
Awesome. So, do you guys like the new shut up music or do you like the old one? I'm torn.
It's easy to keep a beat in the other one.
Yeah.
You guys think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of people say they like the music. I don't know. Well, either way, we're gonna at least end with the old one. I've been your host this evening. Before we even say that, thank you to everybody who joined the show. I was pretty stressed out today. I feel a little bit better. I'm still a little hungry. I definitely need some food, and I need some Pepsi. Oh, Pepsi, that feels good.
Gamer
Wow,
fuel.
that feels good.
You have to screw up the ending, don't you? I didn't screw up the beginning, so you have to screw up the ending, isn't it?
Yep.
Let's see how it is.
Indeed.
So, how do you like my hair like this? I kind of like it.
Not too bad.
It's not too bad.
It's like an elf.
It is kind of elfish.
I like it.
I like it.
So we're into this show.
It's got a handle.
We need to end the show somehow. I don't know. I've been your host of this evening, Paradox the Wolf.
I have been your blue fox host, Pharaoh.
I have been your guest host, Summer.
And I have been your dick with a chick, Maddox.